This is King Bo Christ, and you're now tuned in to the I Say That to Say This show. Beautiful people, welcome to episode 28. I'm here with a very special guest. See, on Twitter every now and again, you run into cool people you wish you met in high school. Like with Facebook, you see motherfuckers you know in your whole life, and you're like, man, what is this shit? I don't wanna, bro. You see people lying, and you see people just spreading misery, or then you see people with their kids, which makes Facebook cool. But on Twitter, you get to choose the friends you wish you always knew. And I got one here who actually, I was gonna say your old Twitter name, Nikitra, not Ta. But you recently underwent a name change, so go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Flower Child. I had to change it.
Flower.
They were Googling me.
They were Googling, so you had to do a identity change.
Yes, I don't even know my name, like how to spell it. I just had to do it real quick. 5
passports, you never going to jail. I dig it. But you did the wonderful favor, not necessarily favor, but you did, you put together some topics, because I was like, you know what? You hit me like, you sounded real one-sided over there on the podcast, like, wow, I don't never hear no women, and I'm like, damn, you right. I'm like, you right, it is. I look back, because I wanted to be like, no, that's not true, and I look back like, damn, 27 episodes, this is all sounding like it's from one side. So I like to go straight to the source. Here you are. Boom. Welcome.
Bow.
So, like I was saying, you gave me these topics, which I absolutely love, and I'm looking over, and we're going to get right into it. Topic numero uno, the bread and butter. When will all the internet flexing and all this chucking for the gram and doing it for the gram, when will it come to an end, and where would it get you in your later years? Now, it's tricky. It's funny you say that, because I used to think it was fun. Like when Instagram and everything first came around, it was fun. It was cool. Like Twitter.
Right.
It was what it was. Even with Facebook. Like I look back at like my old Facebook statuses, and I was like, damn, I said that? I was like, Jesus.
Did you flex?
I'm like I wouldn't call it a flexer, but I used to be a little out there. But that's why I say the internet was still new. And we were all like, you didn't realize like, oh shit, actually everybody's seeing this. Like when it first came around, everyone like did their shit. You know what I mean? Everyone was a little out there. We got a little, I think everybody as a whole got a little crip. Well, because I'm a Leo, so I'm out there with my shit anyway. Like I'm just over the top. But at a certain turn, and maybe it came with my age and where we were in the world, like at a certain turn, like I stopped, and everyone, like people I knew who had good sense, we chilled. And then it started to separate people. They separated themselves, like people that post their whole lives and all their drama and the shit they're going through, and they lost their job and they fucking they're going through relationship problems, and we've been through 3 and 4 relationships with them. You got the girl who just posts selfies, and all of a sudden, bam, pregnant, and you were like, whoa, where'd that come from? Like, and then she posts her whole pregnancy, then she has the baby and forgets about us, but we feel like, damn, that's our baby too, because she put the shit out there so much. So, right, so I used to. Once we got to that point, I'm like, all right, something's got to give, because you see people, they put up shit, and you're like, what does this have to do with the real life? Like, do you know what's going on in the world? Like, you posting these whack ass, I don't know, I can't even think. Like, if you want to post vacations and fun stuff, like, not necessarily, that's another thing. I want to be sensitive to the subject, and I don't want it to come off like an asshole. But some people, like, and I'm not with my son every day. I have a son which is not by my wife, so I don't see him every day. But I see some shit like I see girls posting twerk videos and ass videos and all that. She's in Miami every weekend, and then she's in Vegas, and then they'll be in Texas, and then like one random Tuesday it'll be a 5-year-old, and I'm like, you got kids? I'll be like,
Right.
what the hell?
No, I cannot condone that. Like, your son's gonna grow up and he's gonna be like, I saw your mom's ass, but
Yeah, like, you know what, Ancestry.com, I haven't been on it, but you know when you look it up and you see like, it's like one picture of my grandfather in my family, right? So you have that one picture and it's cool. You just look at him, he's like just being mad random, it's in black and white. The shit's like turning gray now because it's so old. But then I'll think back like, damn, when we're old, our kids are gonna have like 50,000 pictures of everything we've ever put out.
that's why I don't post anything.
Right, and that's where I was just going with it. I really started to think like, damn, when you jump out the window on social media, this shit ain't going away. Because once you put up a picture, the internet owns it forever. And I tweeted that shit earlier. I'm like, once you put up a picture, even if you delete it in 5 minutes, somebody has a screenshot in their group chat circulating already. Like, you're already out there. You can't ever get rid of it. So once I factored that in, I was like, damn, the internet is crazy. Like, people see this shit. And then, you know, over the last couple of years, like, even jobs now will look at, like, when I hire people,
I changed my name. That's why I changed
yeah, like when I hire people, I might fuck around and Google you. Like, I have to, because you can see some shit and you don't really want that working for your company, and you don't want. It takes a certain kind of person to be out there really going fucking crazy on the internet. Like, even dudes, I see you with your cup, so you reminded me. Like, when dudes posting cups of lean and shit, I'm like, what the hell? Like, bro, you almost 30. Like, what's up with you? Even if you did it, like, you don't have to tell nobody. Like, I smoke weed, but I wouldn't post it on Facebook. Like, that's crazy. And no one cares about weed anymore. But like, when I see,
no, they do.
I mean, I personally, like, if I knew, like, my employees smoke weed, I wouldn't care, because I smoke weed and read books and do podcasts, so, like, you could be productive. But when I see you on Snapchat just blowing smoke in the camera, I'm like, this shit is so fucking lame to me. Like, this is... So, where does that shit get you? Nowhere. Like, it gets you looking stupid is the bottom line. Because even... I have a friend who's a chef, and he posts, like, 5-10 times a day, like, plates of food. But it would be like, if he was going out to eat, it would be fucking annoying. But then I think, like, oh, you know what? The internet is his commercial. Like,
right.
Instead, like, when you watch think about if I was watching TV and he was having commercials, I'm like, damn, this thing got a commercial every 5 minutes. This is crazy.
Is it a good commercial?
I mean, it's his good. I've had his food. I've even posted him on my gram. I've had his food. It is good. So I was saying, like, it's his way of getting out to the world, and I respect that. But if he was posting just random fucking work selfies, I would be like, bro, I'm about to unfollow you. You're really doing the most.
You bring a good point, because this is girl in Baltimore, which I won't say her name, that has amazing food, and I was following her because I want to go to her restaurant and I want to keep hip about what she's serving, but she keeps posting pictures of herself, and I want to see her.
You're absolutely right. And you know what's crazy? And I 100% get that, because I would be thinking, like, we follow you for your brand. You know what I mean? Like, I just started a mobile car wash, right? So I started an Instagram for it. And I couldn't, and that's why I started a separate Instagram for it, because I know even the people that are Instagram friends with me, they don't have to see everything I fucking do on that end.
Right.
Like, that's not what you have me for. So on that token, I would never go on that Instagram and put up a random selfie of me every 5 minutes, like, hey, out doing me, God bless, working hard, grinding. Like, I'd be like, yo, where the fuck are the plates? Like, you know, we want to see you. We focus on what we know you for. So. To sum that up, I was saying all that to say, if you're going to be jumping out there on the gram, at least make it useful. At least make it not worth yourself your while, because you don't got to see. It's for us. So we're telling the people who are jumping out the window, enough. Okay, like, I don't know, maybe it's me. Maybe I should stay off the internet, but, like, don't be mad when people unfollow you. You gotta go back. If you get unfollowed, before you be like, this motherfucker unfollowed me, assess the situation and see what you did. We gotta start taking accountability for our actions. So,
I just got tired of seeing her. Like, I didn't want to see her at all. Like, I loved her food. I was going to support her business, but she just kept posing like, hey, grinding. And I'm like, no, I just want your food. I don't want to see you at all.
That's the game. And listen, I'm not mad at her.
And it's not just her. It's like a whole bunch of people.
But it's the culture. It's society right now.
No,
we
gotta stop.
I know, but it's not gonna stop. See, that's the thing, and that's also what I want to come to terms with. It's not gonna stop. This shit is just the beginning. Cause soon it's gonna be fucking GoPros on everybody's head to follow them around all damn day, and I'm telling you,
doing some dumb shit, and I don't need video. Like,
But see, you'd be one of those people that just hit like and move on. But there's gonna be people that are really like, you know what? I want to give you guys 24 access to my life. Like, I want to be constantly live. It's gonna happen. The way the world is headed, it wouldn't shock me. But my point was that it's not gonna stop.
We're gonna get locked up. Like, sometimes I do some stuff I shouldn't be doing. Like, I'm gonna.
And they're gonna be live. They're gonna be fucking reality TV for that. Like, we watch Lockdown. Now imagine if it was 24 hours. Like. So anywho, pardon me, podcast listeners. I'm drinking $15 wine out of the bottle.
I told him no.
She saw the bottle and was like, "Come on, son, you're not drinking barefoot, are you?" Yes. Shit, it's the best $12 I ever spent.
But I'm just like, why? They're like, it's vodka for $10 too.
See, that's the thing. You can't drink cheap vodka. Like, cheap wine, I might get a little bit of a headache. Cheap vodka will fuck me up for 3 days. Like,
what do you consider? What do you consider cheap vodka? Sky?
I would never drink Sky. I would drink like. I would drink gasoline before I drink Sky vodka.
Oh.
I'm telling you. That what's that shit?
But you're drinking that.
Yeah, this is made from grapes.
Man, you might as well go to sleep.
Wait, I don't know. What is this shit? Yeah, it's grapes.
You had to drink that whole bottle. You had to drink that whole bottle for it to be okay.
My wife just said that to me too. She was like,
yeah,
she was like, "You're drinking," and I was like, "I haven't."
You're gonna shit on something else.
She was that's crazy, right? But she was like,
You can see how big the bottle.
No, that's what she said. She was like, I was like, "I haven't been drinking the Hennessy," and she was like, "Yeah, but a whole bottle," and I was like, "It's
Your
fucking
wife
wine."
Hennessy?
Huh?
Your wife is drinking Hennessy?
Absolutely not. She doesn't drink, and I don't trust women that drink Hennessy.
I drink Hennessy.
But see, you got some shit with you, so that's why I know about you.
No, we gotta get off time. Like, what does that mean? I got some shit with me? What?
Nah, I just had to throw my jab. You know I gotta throw my jab every now and
I know,
again.
but you gotta explain that.
You got issues. We all got issues.
What's my issues?
I haven't figured them out yet, but everybody does.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna fry you. Though.
Which reminds me, that's a good segue, because you got good morals, and that's what the second topic you wanted to talk about.
Absolutely.
Being raised old school, and that's why I fuck with you, because I joke, but I'm kind of serious that you got issues, because I got issues, because I know. But it comes down to my own morals. Like, when it comes down to my beliefs, like, that's when I know I'm good. You know what I mean? And I think when we talked about, and we even joked about this on Twitter, like the people, like the young, I don't want to call them young kids, but like this generation of kids in their 20s and people, I'm still in my 20s just for the record, but people in their 20s, people in their 20s that, like, men that can't change a tire, or women that can't cook, or fucking people that don't know how to not wash their, because I might leave a dish in the sink. I'm not gonna lie, I get kind of lazy. I'm an asshole, but I got gender roles in my house. I got gender roles.
It's not about leaving a dish in the sink. Like, clean your fucking house, like behind the toilet, like all that. Like, that's what I'm talking about.
I need a maid, but that's another story. But like, I know people my age that don't know how to do laundry really, and I'm like, how the
joking?
I wouldn't make that. You'd be surprised. Like,
how do you not know how to do laundry though?
That's what I was gonna say. You'd be surprised what people don't know they don't know. I hope I'm saying that right. But he lived with his parents basically his whole life. So it was never in his mind to do his own laundry. Like, as far as he's concerned.
Did him do that?
Nah, his mom just did the laundry. And his mom's a stay-at-home mom. His mom's a stay-at-home mom, so that's why I get that he never was like, he never said to himself like, I have to learn how to do laundry, because he didn't. It was no fucking. You don't think about changing a tire. Well, me personally, I'd like to know how to change a tire before I got the flat. Some people don't know until they get the flat, and they're like, oh shit, I never thought about this. So I was saying like, it comes. I don't want to say young kids, but it comes to even people like us. It comes down to, are you gonna put initiative forward? And that's where I think the old school mentality comes from, because like me and you, and like that's why my wife is great. My wife owns her own business. She's an independent woman. She's out.
That's what I said.
Yeah, right. And you spoke to her earlier when she came down and bought me my dinner, because she's just the best ever. But yeah.
When she's a bat,
she's the best ever. But she's like that old school mentality, and I don't mean, and I know the kids feel like I pick on them sometimes, but that old school mentality is just teaching you to put the first foot forward and go out there and do. And that's what I think is different with even the hustle behind it. Because like these kids or whoever else and people that just never learned, they wait for life to come to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And us, we had to go outside. It was before cell phones. We had to be around people. We had to bump into people. We had to say yes, sir, no, ma'am. Like, well, I never said ma'am, because I was mad male chauvinist early. Like, I don't know why. I always said sir. And it was fucked up about myself, because I realized like later, I was like, damn, I never say ma'am. Because I don't know. Like,
Would you say that to women, older women?
I don't know, but I just don't say ma'am. Like, I'll say I'll say miss or Mrs. or whatever, but.
Same thing.
But I never say. But that's why I just thought it was. I found it out about myself. I was like, damn. From very young, like I was mad male chauvinist. I'm an asshole. See, I got issues. See, there you go.
So we gotta try not to be. We're both fire symbols.
Yeah, true. See, I'm glad you're into that too, because I might have some questions about astrology. Because I just say fuck what your horoscope says and move on.
No, it actually is.
I know, that's why I believe in that shit, but I never really get into it because, I don't let it consume me. But anyway, yeah, so as far as being raised old school, man, like...
But I cook and clean, though. Like, I cook Thanksgiving dinner for the whole family. And
that's gold.
Like, it's...
He who cooks Thanksgiving is worshipped in my book. Like,
but I'm just saying, like, for one little person to cook the whole Thanksgiving dinner and the turkey and do all that by themselves.
Big shout out to my grandma and my sister and my lovely wife, who all hold it down for Thanksgiving. And big shout out to you for holding it down for Thanksgiving. Because that's major. That's major.
But I'm doing it by myself, and I'm like, my mom doesn't cook. It wasn't her thing. Like, that's just not her thing.
But
I gravitated to my grandmother. That's who was like... Hey.
That's another thing. Everybody's grandma has to have like 25 recipes. And because it was a part of the thing. Like, grandmas are ill. Like, I don't know, since the beginning of time, but now... That's
not how it works, man.
How does it work? Break it down for me then.
I'm greedy. I knew I was tiny. I love to eat food.
Oh, you wanted them. You wanted the taste testers like, yo...
Yeah,
let me...
everything.
Oh, you wanted it. Okay.
I'm grabbing the raw meat. I'm eating everything that's on the table.
Big shout out to my aunt Tawana. She be scheming in the kitchen during Thanksgiving. Like I should be trying to replace her as the taste tester, but she be there first and leaving out with the pies. Her and my mom. I got my eyes on y'all. Like
shout out to Tawanda from Her Tomatoes. That's the only name.
I never seen fried green tomatoes. I gotta watch that.
You gotta see it. Yeah.
But anywho.
So that's why I learned that I had to learn how to cook, and I always, like, growing up with them, I wanted to get married at 18. I was like, I want to get married, and I want to cook, and I want to be with my family and stuff like that, and do what grandma's doing. Now that I'm old, I realize that's not what's up. But, I mean, it's what's up to take care of your family, but that's not what I should be focused on. Like, I have a future.
So,
rather than being a housewife.
I mean... See, now these days things are different. Like, I feel like...
Wait, you tell me, because I know how to cook, and it just frustrates me when I see people, like, put out canned stuff, because I just made curry ribs the other day, and I cook everything, like, from scratch.
Okay.
The flour, and the only thing I can't do is I can't bake.
But that's actually normal. Like it's very rare. Like someone who bakes usually doesn't cook, and someone who cooks. I mean, there's hybrids out there. Don't get me wrong. I don't want anybody to be like I can do both. Like I know there's hybrids.
Yeah.
But usually people don't do both that I know of.
But I make good strawberry shortcake from the box. But
that's legendary.
Like, it fresh. You gotta try it. Like I can't wait.
My grandma makes strawberry shortcakes. I fucking love those things.
Look, I got you.
No doubt. Now it's a party. This is awesome. Now we got baked goods. This is getting better and better.
Yeah, but like it's frustrating because I'm just like, bitch, really? Like you can't chop up no carrots. Like you can't do nothing. Like you can't make gravy. Like girl, you can't. Like really?
The game changed. Like even women.
What's the game? Like when has it come where it's more important for you to have weave and all that other stuff than actually learn how to do stuff? Like you gotta cook. All right, let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
When people cook for you, didn't that meal last?
That's true. Very true.
So you want to go to McDonald's every 5 minutes, stuff like that, instead of cook a meal?
And that's another thing. My wife eats fully like organic. I went vegan for almost 3 weeks. It was crazy. I'll never do that shit again.
You balling. If you buying all organic, you balling.
I don't know about balling. I try to do what I can in this world. But but she doesn't. My eating actually changed. Like I used to be I'd be at Wendy's. I didn't give a fuck. I'd go eat Big Macs every day. I'd eat Five Guys. You name it. I used to eat anything.
I don't like fast food like that.
But me, I always did. But she like and not even on purpose. Like just she transitioned my eating habits. So now like I don't even like greasy foods. Like I eat fried. I still love chicken, obviously. Like chicken is my one thing. Like I'm like, all right, this is just gonna have to be what it is. But everything else. Florida.
Oh, okay. No, I mean her heritage.
Oh, she's white. She's
No, I know she's white.
I mean, I don't know. See, white people be having mad shit. Like, no, she's and like Scottish and something else. That's mad. That's terrible that I don't know her ratio, but.
I would let that go.
Nah, it's terrible. Like when you said it, I'm like, oh yeah, you know what? Because she's like a mix, but her mom's like more than half Scottish, and her dad's like a half Cuban, not half, a quarter Cuban and some other shit or whatever it is. Was that? No, but she doesn't cook like that. Like she makes, like I don't know. Like she just eats clean vegetables and other shit. Like she doesn't have any. Like she doesn't make. I mean, she makes Spanish food for me, but it's not like cultural food, if you know what I mean. Like she doesn't have. She'll make fucking pasta. She'll make whatever, but she doesn't have like how like if she was Italian, she would make Italian meals. But she just
what I was asking.
Right. But that's why it's weird because I knew what you were getting at, but she doesn't have like Scottish people don't cook. Like I don't even know what Scottish meal. Like, you know what I mean? Like they don't. It's not that.
I know what it is, but I can't right now because.
So she has the southern like. I don't know. It's like a good hybrid. It's weird.
No, we all good with that.
But damn, what was I saying? We were talking about.
I distracted you.
No, it's fine. It was the weed. But oh no, we were talking about like cooking.
Yep.
And
Down beast that.
the meals. But
what's up? You like curry?
I don't like any spicy food. That's another thing why her cooking is weird.
It's always spicy.
But see, that's what I was gonna say. My wife cooks what I like. I'm so fucking picky. I'm like a 5-year-old.
I can't deal with you.
Yeah, right. So that's why I was gonna say it's very tricky because we probably would try more shit if I would eat it. But I'm mad stubborn. So even curry, I know. Even if like I just tried oxtails for the first time this year.
What?
I'm 29. I just tried oxtails.
I just want to like get out my face.
Nah, I'm the worst.
That's what you were in front of me.
You know why? Because I ain't never seen an ox. How you gonna offer me an oxtail? Like, what is an ox? What is this? Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody could offer me an oxtail. I ain't never seen no ox. Like,
I'm gonna eat it.
Listen, like, see, me, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'll be like, nah.
You're one of those people?
I am. I'm the worst. I'm totally the worst. And even though it's not supposed to be spicy or whatever, it's just in my brain. I'm like, nope, I don't like it. Like, even if they're like, no, it's different, I make it different, I'll be like, nope.
So you're not gonna try frog legs?
I just tried frog legs this year too. That's crazy. And they were like, oh, it tastes like chicken. And I got it, and I was like, no, it tastes like fucking frog legs. No, it tastes like chicken tastes like chicken. Frog legs taste like frog legs. It tastes like chicken.
Cause I didn't like it either. I'm like, it's like a drumstick, but it's connected to something, so it's just like mad weird.
That's hilarious. That's why, like, I don't know what I was expecting, but when I ate it, I'm like, this doesn't taste like fucking chicken. It tastes like...
No, it does. You gotta get it cooked right. Like, I'm saying, me and you, like, sidebar, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
Like, me and your wife gotta get together with the cooking. We're gonna get you, like, eating some.
Listen, I'm all for it. She just came down here, like, she just like me, she loves to eat. Like, she's not as picky as I am, but we love to eat. That's one thing we love to do. So, we're more than with the shits, you know?
I'm down, but just don't pass me before I get done cooking.
Listen, things happen. No promises.
Alright, so back, like,
but
we gotta get back on top.
This phone, I'm so fucking mad with. I'm so sick of this fucking goddamn iPhone.
You just got the new one.
No, I just got the update.
Earphone.
Oh no, my updates.
Still,
like, I love these fucking headphones. I forgot they were mad. Yeah, actually.
You really are they dope?
I love these fucking things.
I think they look stupid. It looks like you have like.
Okay, first of all, don't be coming at my headphones. Okay, like. Yeah, you see that podcast? She's just gonna fire off at my headphones. Unbelievable.
I'm just saying, like it does. It looks like you got earrings. I mean, it's alright.
They're so like, I feel so futuristic with them.
Oh, so I'm like old school with this.
Yeah, see, there you go, still trying to hold on to the old school. That's the problem. Nah, I'm in all seriousness though. I used to be stubborn, but like the past like year, I just been like, you know what, fuck it. I'm trying new things.
Are you still gonna be my friend if I switch to Samsung?
Nah, see, that's another thing. When I text you like, yo, we're gonna, and that shit turned green. I'm like, oh. I was like, yo, I had to tweet it like, oh, come on, my nigga. Like, I thought you was cool. Like, but you know what? The way this shit is freezing up, I don't even blame you. Anywho,
yeah.
On to our third topic. This is mad random. I ain't have a good segue. My bad. I've been smoking a little pot. But, podcast 3. Seriously, what is a hoe? I thought
this is all you, because I need to know.
When I saw that, I was like, oh. I was like, oh, I love this shit.
What the fuck?
Hold on. Now I gotta go live for this one.
I kind of want your wife there for this, because I'm just like, yo.
You know what? You know what's crazy? I was actually gonna have her sit down here, because I was like, all right, it would be cool to have more than one woman to hear this. But I actually think
I thought you were gonna have homeboys.
Me, you know what I was, but then like I don't know, the day just happened, and I was like, ah, fuck it, like I'll just do.
True.
I'll just go, because then it would have been another ordeal. Because I know, not that anyone would be late. I'm not saying that, but I knew, like, we said 9 o'clock. We started at 9 on the fucking dot. We did. I mean, I was very proud of us. But even with both of us having to run upstairs, and we were just doing we were doing the most when this first came on.
Yeah. True.
But I knew that I could run it. I would be on schedule exactly how I wanted to be, and everything would be flawless if I just.
Yeah.
Did it my way. Connection too poor. I fucking hate this phone. Anyway, forget it.
I mean, like, you shit on me. Like, I got my.
I know. That's why I don't even want to talk shit about your phone.
I gotta order.
Because my shit is bugging. Oh wait, it worked now.
I don't even know. Oh.
Sorry, podcast listeners. And big shout out to everyone on podcast on listening to the podcast. This. Coming.
Thank you for gracing me with your ears, actually.
Yeah, no doubt. I wanted to let you know my season 2 of the podcast is going to be on. We got to work out a video. I was actually going to work it out, but I was like, well. My
facial expressions with you is.
No, that's why it's even better. Like, that's why I like to, we got to get the visual going. You know what, podcast listeners? I'm going to say that. I was going to say that my season 2 is going to be on Spotify, Tidal, and all this shit, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start putting up the visual to everything. Like, so starting next episode, we gotta start. I'm gonna bump it up. I'm trying to slowly progress, but I'm gonna bump it up to the next level, and I'm gonna start.
Yes,
I'm gonna start the visual.
You gotta see him.
I got you.
His wine. His cheap ass.
My chugging my cheap ass. So y'all can see me drink my cheap ass $15 barefoot.
Yep. Out the bottle, no glass.
And keep it triller.
That's what we doing.
But anywho, on to the third topic. Wow, see, that's the weed again. I was looking for my phone, and I'm live on Twitter.
Stop rubbing in my face, because you don't have none.
Beautiful people, I'm here live with the lovely Flower Child. We're doing what we do on the podcast, and we're on to a third topic.
Yep.
What is a hoe?
Yes, this is the biggest topic. An episode about that.
So,
like, someone needs to tell me, because
I'm gonna tell you.
Hard of bitches be doing this, bitches be doing that, bitches put me on child support, bitches. Like, you need my angles in my light, okay, when you're doing that.
You working the angle. I didn't even get what yo, girls are so funny. Like, girls be like on point at all times. That's why I fuck with 2017. My bad. I don't want to be that friend that just takes the off guards. Like, off guards don't really be off guard. That should be rehearsed. Like, my bad. I gotta give you a heads up.
See our interaction.
That's hilarious. But so a hoe, and that's what I want to first establish. That shit is not just strictly to women.
That's not true.
No, it is.
Yep. All right, we gonna argue.
Cause there's dudes that do hoe shit.
Yeah, and I agree with that, but niggas do not acknowledge that.
And that's why I'm here. The internet OG is here to lay down the law. Like, just like the world is changing, we gotta like everything else around us is changing. Everything else is evolving. The hoe is evolving to men too, and we gotta start addressing that and pointing the finger at what it is.
Yo, but stop calling like bitches be doing this, bitch. Like,
I be trying to stop saying bitches, but sometimes bitches be acting like bitches. Cause it's women. That's why I say. And I said on the last podcast, shout out to Tego and that Perceptions reality tape. Men are bitches too. Men are bitches too. It's not just. So that's why I say, like, cause my bad. I got my Kia the Cali girl. What up? Shout out to you on the check-in.
Are you bad?
No, Kia said I've been calling men hoes. See, like, where you from, Kia? Where you checking in? I can hear you.
Oh, you were freezing.
Oh, am I back?
Oh, okay. You were freezing for like 2 seconds. Yeah.
My bad. I don't know. What'd you miss? Oh, obviously from Cali. My bad. I'm high. I was smoking weed.
I just saw your face be like... Yeah,
I was just saying... Like, Kia said... I was saying, like, with bitches. Men are bitches, too. So, it's not like... And I know those dudes who be like, nah, they only call women bitches. They're losers, and we don't address them. And that's where the game got fucked up. Go, please. Knock yourself out.
Alright, no, it was a guy that he was just like, bitches be putting people on child support. Bitches be doing this or whatever. I'm like, nigga, you are.
See, it's a fine line with that, because that's why before people talk shit, I gotta see their credit score. I gotta know if I could take you serious, because that's why the game's fucked up. Because we listening to the losers, like it be the loser niggas to call women, like say a woman, and we're gonna get back to the whole shit. I like to tell long stories, but like I'll jump around real quick, but like
you gotta let me interject though. Remember, it's me.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah.
See, I'm so excited about this.
I know, and I'm excited too, because I want to hear what you have to say.
Go ahead, knock yourself out.
I'm waiting for you to...
Oh, you're gonna... Oh, I thought you meant you were going to say... My bad.
Rubbing in my face, yo.
My bad. So, listen. It's all... And what fucked the game up was... The loser dudes, like, if a girl wanted to just explore her body, and she wanted to be with...
What?
If a girl wanted to be with 2 guys at once or some shit, I don't know. He'd be like, oh, she...
jump to that. Like, what?
I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, a dude would be like, oh, she's a hoe.
Right.
And under a certain context, at some point, I could understand where he's coming from. But now, like, the world is different, so you can't just label her a hoe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't...
Can I pause you?
Yes.
Alright. you think I'm dope, we cool, or whatever. Like, say you weren't married, and I did that with you. Would you date me? With the guy.
Nah.
Like, with the... Exactly.
Well, see, it depends. Nah, it depends. Like, if I... that's tricky. Because I want to say no, and I'm trying to be objective, but probably not. Especially if I didn't know you. Like, if I didn't know you, like, no.
But I'm saying, you know I'm dope as hell.
You are.
Alright. So...
Damn, that's...
I'm just like...
Yeah, see, that's why I say I get where the point comes from, but I can't, like, who am I to label you a hoe?
Well,
like,
why you don't pay for guys to do the same thing?
And that's where I was just going with it. They're hoes too. You know why? And you know why I say that?
Well, why don't they get the same backlash or whatever? Like, I gotta feel bad about myself.
No, they get backlash, but it's just not public. And that's where I was going with it because, like, for example, I'll give you a great example.
All right.
Like, me and my best friend have never, like, fucked at the same a man. Like, we never fucked a girl together. Like, we never did that because that shit is weird. Like, it takes a certain kind of hoe. That's hoe shit. And that's why I say. Go ahead.
Okay. But did you fuck the girl after you fucked her? Ever?
No. But I've done it. I've done that with guys, but I wasn't cool with them like that. Like, we ran a train on a girl. It happened.
That's so disappointing to you.
I was like 16. Like, look, life happens.
Okay, I'm just joking.
No, that's real shit though. But I'm honest, and I'll tell you. But I did it with them, and I wasn't cool with them because it felt like scumbag shit. I felt it like, nah, this ain't me. Like, this is some weird shit. But you know, you're young and you're horny and you do things. Like, life happens. But that's why I say but you know, like I said, it was just weird. But those type of dudes that I was with, it felt funny because those are the type of dudes that call women a hoe for doing some shit. Even though it was hoe activity, like, we're gonna be honest. But, like, now that I look back, I'm like, well, you know, who was the hoe? Me or her? Like, you know, I look back like, you know what? Who am I? Who would I be?
Why are women always looked at the bad guy and guys do like 10 times worse?
You know what? And that's what I want to say. That's why I say I can't deny it. I can't deny and say, nah, women don't get, because it is true. But that's why I want to change it. Like, I want to lead the revolution to be like, yo, listen, because you're right. And there will be the women, the women to be like, oh, the same dudes who I just said did hoe activity would be like, oh, that bitch is a hoe. I don't fuck with that bitch.
Well, I want to say one thing, though.
Shoot.
Which I don't know if I'm going to get fried for, is we do have a hole, and it is going in, and it is...
And I used to have a theory about this shit, right? I used to say, like, I can't really explain it. But, no, you're right, because you're absolutely right. Like...
Okay, but go ahead. But I'm just saying, okay.
No, go ahead.
No, I want you to go ahead.
You have because that's why I say it'd be something to it. Like, even with stereotypes and shit, it'd be something to it. Like, kinda. Like, I'd be like, see, you wrong, but you right, but you wrong for saying that. So it's the same shit. Like, and because I love women so much, and when women give away their body, it like, you know, like, that's why I like. It takes like a certain.
You found that when you found your wife.
No, I was always able to love. But I just never did it because I was a hoe. Like, that's why I'm.
Shit. Like, I already know.
Now that I think about it, like, because I'm reformed. That's why I could tell you I've been to the promised land. And
guys, like, come on.
That's why I say I want to change it. Because I'm like, I look back like, damn, I was dirty for that.
You want to change it? Change.
We gotta start now, because you're right.
You gotta change now. You gotta change now.
No, I'm saying we gotta change that now because you're right. Like, women get ridiculed for it, and it is not right. To be honest.
I'm just saying, and like, I'm not even like, I feel like I'm gonna hold on. You can see me, nobody else can see me. I like feel like somebody's gonna like do something, but I can fight though. So
yo, you're crazy. They're not gonna fry you. Go ahead, just say it.
A hole is a hole, and just like women have to learn how to just be like, no, like, just don't let the penis get in.
See, to that point, But let me ask you something. How do you feel about Amber Rose, the slut walk?
I understand what she's trying to do, and it's awesome and stuff like that. Like, I mean, like, everything's fine. But what she's trying to do, I just don't understand her as a person. So, does that make sense? Or
But that's why I had to ask, because I feel like you got good morals, and that's why I had to ask. I'm like, because I know I be feeling.
I understand that, like, about the rape, like, people, like, everything, like
that I get.
You see, I gotta, like, my belly out, whatever. Like, that don't mean I got. You want to touch me and touch my breast, or
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, so I agree with
and I get it, because dudes are creepy. But it's the same, like, shit that we were just talking about.
About the gas station, right? I told you about the gas station, like, the old dude.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah. So, I get all that, but at the same time,
like, I see, for the listeners, she's shaking her head like, no, like.
I don't know about what though.
No, like I feel like you're like, is it the name slut? But she's trying to like.
No, the slut walk is fine.
Or is it her as a person?
I wouldn't name it that. Like, if it's my thing, I would not name it that. Cause I get it. Like, the name kind of. I know what she's trying to do, but I wouldn't name it that. Because if she had named it something else, I feel like it would have been like universal. Because if she had named it something that was an appropriate word, like, I don't know what she could name it besides slut, but it could be something else like woman walk or something like that. Like,
okay.
More people, like children, everybody could be involved in that, about women's rights and stuff like that, about how you are and stuff like that. When you name it a slut walk, like, certain people can't get their kids involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want your kids to say slut.
Sure.
And stuff like that. And no disrespect to her, but right. I'm just saying, like, I don't want my kid to say slut. I'm in the slut walk. Like, I'm never going to want my kid to say slut anyway. Like, they can learn slut when they're older and what that means, and I'll explain it to them. But that's why I feel like it's a kind of an issue and stuff like that.
And
that makes sense to you?
No, that makes perfect sense, because I kind of feel this. I feel the same way about it, in a sense that I'm like, yeah,
she's been.
It's kind of that, like, you don't, when you feel weird if, like, your boss is like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Like, oh, I'm gonna go to the slut walk. Like, you don't want to say it. Like, say if someone said it to you, wouldn't assume that they know what it is. You know what I mean? So you don't want to say, like, I'm going to.
It's not even that. Like, it's just not, like, you can't make that word okay. Like, it's not okay. Like, that's why it's that word. Just like fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say fuck everywhere. You're never going to be able to.
Right. It's like, if I wanted to do a walk for married couples, I couldn't call it the fuck fest. Yeah. Like, the fuck walk.
What she's trying to do.
Sure.
I get all that, whatever, and I respect that, because she's awesome or whatever, but nah. I don't want my kid to be like, I'm going to slut walk. Like, no.
I got you. But I had to just ask, because I was just curious to know, because we were
like that media, like.
But she's trying to, like, what we're talking about, how women always get the blame, and I like that she's doing it for victims. Like, I like that it's not just some shit for. That's why I'm not mad at it, but I feel the same way on it. Like, this is kind of weird.
About that, because what she's doing, like, I have a story about that or whatever, but we ain't gonna do that today. But yeah, I completely get that. But
like you were a victim of like
something.
Oh man. So you do want to go out, like, would you, if it was named something different, would you go out and support it?
I would support it anyway, but
like, if it came to your city, would you march?
Like how we were just talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, okay. I don't blame you. But
No, I would support it, but it just like I don't know. I just feel a certain type of way. Whatever. Like I don't know. Like I would rather like talk to her or whatever. Like what is the bottom line for this? Because are we giving donations to people? Like are we?
I believe she like that part. I don't know. Like I don't know where the money goes. I don't know where that shit goes.
For like people that have been raped and stuff like that, that's what I consider like the main issue and stuff like that when sexual things happen to them or whatever, like
Sure.
sexualized. Just like I got my little tire off right now. I'm like, can anybody see me? Well, you can't. Well, you can. Like like I got my half shirt. Like blah blah blah. I don't want to be judged or anything like that. But
I think only, and that was going back to my point. I think only the losers judge that shit. Like that, I feel like.
But it's hard.
Like if I see you going across the street, that's
male. You're a male. You can do whatever. Like you're a good-looking male or whatever. Look at you stroking your beard or whatever.
Oh, because I'm thinking. Like you got me thinking. Because you're making a good point. I'm listening.
Like you can do whatever. Like I get judged on. I'm too small. I'm this. I don't got no boop boop.
And that goes back to what we were talking about with people just putting their life out there. Like for some strange reason, we're holding women to some standard that doesn't exist. Like and that's another thing. Women do it too. It's not just the men. Like I see more women hate. If you go and
really, I try not to.
I'm telling you, like, I hate to use this example because that's where the trolls are, but this is where the shit comes from. But if you go look under, like, women's, like, any fucking woman's pick, other than Beyonce, nobody fucks with Beyonce. I don't see no shade from Beyonce ever. Like, that shit will get you, that shit is like a felony. Like, but if you go look under, like, Trina or Trina's picture or, like, fucking Katy Perry or Miley Cyrus, anybody, you name it.
Don't nobody want to be Trina, though.
That's why I say, because if you look under her pictures, like,
Trina.
that should be, I see
Trina.
women posting the worst shit.
I'm not, sorry, like, I gotta read that. Like, I love Trina, but I realized that my ass couldn't be as big as hers.
So then you just wrote her off?
That, Trina, I love you, I want to hug you, and all that.
But so it's women too that do that, but if you go look under their pictures, I'm telling you, if you go look under the pictures, you see women throwing shade. So, but we gotta just going forward.
Right.
We gotta just I don't have the answers to.
All right, so why am I single, man? You gotta give me advice. Like you, my bestie, right now.
Why are you single? So now you're gonna have to tell me about yourself, and then
you gotta ask questions, and I can tell you stuff.
Okay, so.
Right.
For starters,
I'm down.
If you're walking into Dunkin' Donuts, could a guy be like, hey,
what? You're already going the wrong way. You didn't
what?
Even ask me what I like.
No, I'm gonna get there. I gotta know. I'm trying to get, like, not how would I go about it, but let's just run off some scenarios. So I'm gonna get there. Just work with me. Okay. See, there I go. Your ass is single because you don't never let nobody. You act like me and you don't let people.
You're my friend, man.
So listen. So like, if a guy saw you in Dunkin' Donuts, and he was like, "Hey, can I ask you a question?"
Yep.
Well, not can I don't know what guy, like, however guys, like, I'm not that type of guy to, like, run down on you, like, yo, like, that's not me. I just, whatever. But I'm just trying to just think.
You wouldn't? I want to know what you would have done.
Who, me?
Before you were married. Yeah. Because your story is like, you're kind of like an asshole and creep.
I am. Wow, I am. See, my wife knows I'm a creep. That's why.
Yeah, so it's like.
That's why it's crazy.
Like, why are you judging?
No, but see, this is the thing. I'm not that type of guy to run down, but if I see, like, that's why I ask, because when you see some things you gotta just shoot your shot, like, right there on the spot. Like, yo, listen, I might not ever bump into you again.
Shoot your shot, but you like somebody's night.
So, if that happened, like, would you be like, oh.
Laugh, right, hold on, I can't. I wouldn't laugh because I could just see you. All right, go ahead.
Would you be like, Like,
What you gonna say?
hold on. Like, no, I'm busy. Sorry. Or would like, are you
What are you
open?
gonna say? What are you gonna say?
What would I say?
Yes.
I don't know. Like,
Yeah,
sup, nigga?
I
Like,
wish they could see you. All your teeth are showing because you gonna say some stupid ass shit.
I get like that's why I say like
all your teeth are showing. You know you're gonna say some fucking stupid ass shit.
some bullshit.
Yeah, like you don't care. You just like I'm here.
Like, see, you have the. We talked about it. I don't know if this is gonna offend you, but I'll say it. You have the Amber Rose. Like, what people know is the Amber Rose. You know what I mean? Like, you got the short. They can't see you, right? So you got the shortcut with the blonde hair. So, like, I might be like, yo, where you get your cuts at? Like, I don't know what I'd say. Like, I could.
I mean, that would be cool, but me looking at you right now, like, you look like real shady.
Wait, what you think I would say? Like,
alright, if I had this hair, look, you already know. If I didn't have this haircut, I want to know what you would say.
What do you think I would say?
Something easy. Something stupid.
Probably. But that's why I don't know. Like,
stupid that would piss me off, and I'd be like, get out of my face.
Right, that's what I wanted to know. So you'd be like, get out of my face. Okay, so now, what would you date a coworker?
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
I was in the Navy.
Oh, you were.
I did that. Yeah.
Oh, so you were. My uncle was in the Navy, and he was telling me about this shit.
Oh.
Like, I didn't realize, like, that. Wow, the crazy shit is, I talked about on my favorite podcast with Tego. I was talking about, like, yo, I couldn't go to the Navy because that shit is too, like, it's tight. Like, it's too close for me.
It's like the heaven for ugly bitches.
Oh, shots fired.
Yes. What they gonna do? There's that many women, and they get on there, and they look.
So you would date someone on the Navy? Because we're trying to figure out why you're single.
All right, so yeah. So,
for how long?
How long did I date?
Like, how long did you guys date?
Which one? Like, my friends kept fucking them.
All right, so wait, your friends kept fucking them? Is that what you just said?
My friend kept having sex.
Wait, like did more than one guy? She did this with? Then that's not your friend.
I know that. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know that, but I'm just telling you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I have mad topics for you. Like,
well, that's a head scratcher.
Yeah. So
okay, so
you gotta get me with somebody.
Well, this is the thing. I'm gonna tell you. If you waiting for that, then I don't know how far you definitely gonna be single forever. Because I don't know people anymore. Like,
no, they're gone. Like the person's gone. So now I'm like, you gotta help me.
Listen, I don't know. Like,
you don't know.
Like Uzi. All my friends are dead. Like, like, listen, I don't even know.
You're my brother, and I don't even know.
Hey, listen, you never know.
No, I'm saying, like, I feel like we're used to people. You're married, but if you weren't married, we'd be on the same path. Like, I don't care. Like, nay on that.
I don't know. It's very tricky. Like, I really the word. Like, I don't know if I could be single. Like, I really don't know. Like,
it's like trash.
You know why? Because, like, I think it's different because I feel like I met the perfect woman for me. Like, if I didn't,
you absolutely did.
I would still be thinking. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in other past relationships, I was still thinking, like, You know what I mean? I was still thinking, like, you know, I wonder if there is that perfect soulmate out there. Like, that shit probably isn't real. Like, that's what I would be thinking.
But I kind of don't want that. Like, I don't want anything. Like,
but now I'm just saying, like,
sweetie, when you first started tweeting, you were like, why are you not? I need like $4,000 to finish even my associates or whatever and switch my major like 3 times and stuff like that. And that's what I'm good at or whatever. And that's all I'm like really concerned about. Like, what I gotta do, whatever, being an illegal person. Like, it's a whole bunch of shit. Like, you know a piece of me and stuff like that. You don't know what I was doing. I'm like, that's why I got my topics. Because I'm like, you're judging me for wanting to go to school, and I'm not.
But it sounds more like he was. If he doesn't want you to go to school and better yourself, like that's on him. Like you can't hold that on you.
It's
Like
not about a guy. I can tell you stories about a guy, but what you want?
So like, do you feel like school is your number one priority then? Because if we're trying to get to the bottom of your single, like, guy has
family is, and that need to not be.
I mean, okay. I mean, you know what I mean. Like, so would you meet a guy in school? Like, if a guy was like, "Oh, can I carry your books for you?" Would you let him? If you thought he was like attractive?
Yeah, I'm not that type of girl. No, even if he wasn't attractive, like I'm not as rude as I'm not from New York. Like I'm not gonna be like, fuck out of here.
See, listen, New York ladies, I know I gotta still see you on the streets. That wasn't me. I didn't say that. Please don't throw your Timbs at me. Like,
you're a jerk.
See,
I'm glad I'm your friend. Look at me. I'm glad I'm your friend because you're asshole, and I'm an asshole too. So I feel like we will fight. Like,
hey, listen,
we will fight because
possibly.
Yes. You say some slick stuff, I feel like we will go back and forth. But since we're friends, thank God.
But
don't we texting while we talking? Say
who, me? Nah, see.
Nah, I was joking. You're doing worse.
Smoking a little marijuana. The podcast listeners know.
I feel like I sounded stupid, but I'm sorry if I fucked up your chat.
Nah, you're good. But anywho.
Alright, what we know?
Hold on, I have to open back up.
You record everything, actually.
We're still recording. This is recording.
Oh, we are? Oh, shit. Hey, guys.
And that goes back to
What are we going back to?
The last topic you sent me. I know. See, I keep saying the podcast listeners are like, "Wait, what? Going back to what?" But we had a pre-production meeting because that's what you got to do in this world to keep it somewhat together.
I wasn't involved in that.
In our pre-production meeting, you said we were talking. We just read off the topic, so you were talking about can I live? Like, how do you be you in this world? And I think that's how. If you are wondering why you're single, maybe I'm not saying maybe it's you, but maybe are you sure?
That has nothing to do with can I live though. Like I have to stop you from that. Can I live goes from these women that are paying $50 for rent or whatever and riding around in the Benz and looking at me in my Camry that's paid off or whatever and like shit. Like,
but see, that's it right there.
Like, my issue is like Nikita's goal is I gotta go to school. Like I told you, like I'm trying to get my degree or whatever. I have to pay for that. Like I don't get assistance or whatever. You know how you make so much money, whatever, where you don't get assistance.
Right.
Don't come at me with goddamn $50 rent. And you balling out in a fucking Benz and shit like that, and I ain't shit. Like,
but see, those are the people's those opinions shouldn't even like touch you. Like people
it doesn't touch me, but I need it. Like, come on.
I don't know. Like you gotta just deflect that, because I don't like. And I'm not saying I don't involve myself with those people. I don't mean it like that, but like. People were just bad. I don't give a fuck if you own a mansion and drive a Panamera and you're a CEO of whatever company. If I don't just like your morals and your aura, I'm not fucking with you. So at the same token, what's worse than a rich?
Me and you are different. I mean, me and you are the same with that, but you're like.
But you can't listen to them though.
No, that's not the issue. But I'm just saying, like, I don't want, like, the scariest thing. You have kids, right?
Yeah, I have a son.
I don't have any kids. I don't want my kid to grow up to thinking, like, this is life. You have to be, you're a bum. if you don't do this or whatever, like, I want my kid to be like, all right, yeah, whatever. You can do whatever you want to do or whatever. Like, you, just because you don't have them shoes don't mean you're worse than anybody or anything.
So, like, the material shit you talking about?
Yeah, basically. Because I'm just like, I used to get tight, like, when I was younger. Like, my cousin was on Section 8 or whatever, had food stamps, and she had a bigger TV than I goddamn have. And I was her. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the... I don't, like, it's not the materialistic thing. I just, like, I'm really, like, scared that when I have kids, like, I want them to read and I want them to realize, like, this shit is just, like, fucking fugazi.
That's good morals. Like, that's how you should raise them. Like, yo, that shit, you gotta, that's a good thing.
Like, even if I have a boy, he gotta learn to cook. Like, your shit cheaper.
That's raising kids with good morals. Like, that's a good thing. Like, I want the same from us. I wouldn't even want my son to know that world of, like, the dumb shit. 2.
What? He's a babe.
Yeah, so, like, I wouldn't want him to be like, I would never raise him to be like, you don't cook, that's for women. Like, you know what I mean?
For like 2 seconds, though?
Huh?
I need to adopt him for like 2 seconds. Like, he gotta get them real life or whatever, like.
See, that's the beauty. I used to say that about, well, I don't want to say the beauty of not having kids. I don't mean that, but like when my brother had kids before me, so when I was an uncle, you can give him back. Like, that was cool. But now that I have a son, it's cool to, like, I don't think about like giving him away. So no, you can't adopt him. Look. All right, listeners. Nikitra had to step off the camera. Not the camera, the fucking FaceTime. So, you hear what I hear. We're going through the 5 principles and 5 topics that she was cool enough to come up with. I hope you're enjoying the show, as I was saying before. But then we got off into some other shit. The podcast is going to be available on Tidal, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio.
My bad.
Everything. This Friday. I was running my promo. No, it's all good. This Friday, October 27th. Check it out on all those platforms. Just Google this shit. If you can't find it, Google it. And make sure you leave a rating in the the podcast app. Go to your podcast app, go to write a review, give it 5 stars, and let me know what's going on. Make sure you do that. But back to what we were talking about. Welcome back. I had to run my little, my mid-roll. I was looking also, like, what were we talking about? Damn.
I don't know, but I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't...
Oh, we're talking about tattoos, I think.
Yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff. Because it's just like we're, like, best friends that we never met each other or whatever, but we kind of did on the internet. Kind of?
Basically. Once you're friends on the internet, you in. Like, that shit for... Yeah, that's why I say I only know people on the internet now.
You can be dope on Twitter, but we actually talk to the person that's, like, mad whack or whatever, and you're not. Because I didn't know how you were going to be, and you didn't know how I was going to be. We actually, like...
I'm glad I'm not whack.
yeah, you're not whack.
I appreciate that. You
wouldn't let me think that anyway, because you're an asshole low-key, so...
That's a fact. Man, I'm really a nice guy, but my tweets just come off harsh. Like, if you read my tweets... But people see my... That's why people see my videos. So, like, when they say things, I'll be like, all right, so that's really your opinion, because you see me. It's not just words, like, you see it visual. So... Yeah, you kind of... I am an asshole. Like, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm not... It's like, I what my version of an asshole isn't even a bad thing. Like how I say the definition of a hoe should change. Like my version of an asshole is like you need people like me, like Scarface said. Like I'm the balance. Like I gotta say shit that people that people shouldn't say to you. Like you may not ever hear this again. So like I said, we're talking about with shooting my shot. Like sometimes it may I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like some shit just be in the moment.
I don't know.
You know? But
I don't know. It's never directed towards me, so I don't really care.
Yo, in the words of Jay-Z, if it ain't directly at me, I don't respect it. You don't really want to with Bo. For the record, I put a couple careers on hold. You could be next, kid.
Will he murder for capital? I was like, I ain't time. But being Baltimore, likewise, and stuff like that.
Shout out to my man Dash down in Baltimore, cooking up plates, salmon and catfish and all that.
Still wearing dirty socks.
Dash, you know Dash?
No, but he still wear dirty socks.
No, Dash is a New York nigga. Down, he migrated to Baltimore, so he's.
Everybody migrates. Like, what are you talking about?
But he don't wear dirty socks. That's my friend. I don't talk to niggas who wear dirty socks.
You hear?
Hmm?
No, I'm just joking. Like, sorry, Dash. Like, I really serious.
Hold
sorry,
on.
Dash. Sorry, Dash. Me, both doing the same thing on the phone.
My bad, listeners. I had to tweet. Like, see, that'd be the shit. Like, sometimes I think of some funny shit, and I gotta get this tweet off.
Are we going live now?
Wow, someone just hit me and said, interesting Periscope tonight. Because I put up.
It on live? It was live?
We were live. It was early. It literally was over an hour ago.
I have no idea. Well, it's nothing.
I know you can't see that, but
you did that to me.
I gotta put this on YouTube too. This is awesome. So the podcast listeners is getting an inside view of this fucking public figure bullshit is a pain in the ass. Let me tell you, like, to tweet something and Facebook it and like this shit is like a full-time job.
I get it. Like you gotta do that, but I'm your homie, man.
But so about you, like, what made you wanna get on the podcast?
So I talk too much. Even though I'm like not the friendliest person, like I always I'm like what like my topics. Like I always feel a certain type of way about certain things, and nobody wants to like everybody feels like they're being judged. Every time I ask a question about something. So I felt like you would bring light to certain situations without me feeling like I'm like targeting you or them and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Because it's like you can't go see your girlfriends and be like, like crazy bitch. Like you gotta sit there and listen to their issues and stuff like that. And I'm kind of like over it. Like everybody's like, you're boring. I'm like, I can't keep doing the same fucking thing with y'all. I don't understand women in 2017. Like, I want...
Women don't understand women. Nobody understands anybody. That's why I have to do this podcast shit. Yeah, nobody understands anybody. I'm telling you, everything's all fucked up. When I say the game's all fucked up, the game's all fucked up. Nobody understands anybody.
We talked about this.
Huh?
I'm just like, so where's the medium? Like, you're married. Like, you got yourself out of the thing. Just like...
Out of the
I remember you
field?
The thing that I said, I'm like, my ex-boyfriend is like the best boyfriend that's never worked or something like that. I said that.
Right.
And I'm like, I don't... You like came back and I'm like, I don't want you back.
Why though? Why don't you want him back? Maybe we can get to the bottom of why you're single.
Because he doesn't do anything. Like, he doesn't try to talk to me. He don't try to do nothing.
Does he just text you good morning and then that's it? That's all you hear from him all day?
Nothing.
Because I'm going to, in full disclosure here, my wife just told me, like, I hate when you fucking ignore my text messages. And I'll be like, oh, I was like, oh shit, my bad. But not on purpose. Like, it's something in my brain. Like, if you text me 4 times in a row, like, I just don't read it. But she had to just wake me up a little bit. Like, yo, you're doing, don't do that. No, I'm gonna tell you. That's why I say when she said it, like, I was like, damn, you right, my bad. Like, and I had to make.
Is she there?
No, she's long gone.
No, sorry, you had to tell her. Like, you get no pass for that.
No, I know. That's why I know. I violated. Like, I was violating.
Yeah.
And then she said it to me, and I was like, oh shit, my bad. Like, you're right. You're totally on board with. You're 100% right. Because when she said it, I was like, oh shit, that was my fault. Like, I didn't mean to do that.
I don't know why you thought that was okay in the first
I didn't even think it was okay. I just didn't realize I was doing it. Like, I just was like, oh, we'll talk later. Like, because some should be about business. We work together. So some should be about business and other things be about, like, personal life. So sometimes when I see shit about personal life and I'm doing business, I really treat it like I'm at work.
You always got to answer the phone.
You're right. And that's why I'm back on track. But I be trying to, like, I treat the business like I'm at work. Like, I respect the business like I work for somebody else.
No more. Not a whole no more.
Not even any whole shit, but I was just trying to focus. Like, like, and that's what she basically said it, like, yo.
I need to hug you.
She said it like, yo, I'm your wife. Like, and I was like, you right. You right.
Like I said, like, that's your wife.
Hold on. I was still putting this on Flower Child. That's ill.
No, I had to change it. I was like, what?
You want to see some funny shit? I just typed in Nikitra into YouTube, and it went to autocorrect it Nikita. Can you see that? Yo, that's so amazing. To the podcast listeners, her Instagram name that I met her at. Her Twitter name.
How you say my name?
Nikitra.
Okay.
But it was Nikitra, not Ta. Like, because you know people named Nikita.
That's why
obviously.
But when I was first hitting you, when you had your live podcast, you were like, like, you couldn't say.
Yo, I looked at because you know I'm kind of dyslexic for the listeners. Like, I looked at that shit like, what does that say? Like, the tra not ta, like, was like, I was like, nigga, what? Like, and then it came back up, and I was like, oh, okay.
Now you get it.
But nah, I fuck with it. But it's just funny that autocorrect did that.
Well, at least you know, like, I'm not a filter.
Nah, that's a fact. But see, that's another thing we're trying to figure out why you're single. Let me just go on the record with this, people. She does actually.
You can record this.
No, this is recording. I'm just saying. Look. Can you see this? This is my microphone. So my microphone, I just have it set up a little off to the side. Yes, no, we're still live. So for the listeners, if you looking to shoot your shot, she does actually look like what she looks like in her pictures. Like, so if you go on to shoot your shot. This is me, the internet OG, telling you, sold as is. Like,
I'm trying. Let me not zoom in.
You know, so she actually does look like what she looked like. So, I mean, what the pictures say. So, shoot your shot. You never know, young fella.
So we're gonna ask me questions while I'm single. That's what we're doing.
I think we were doing that before. Then we got off into some other shit and almost ended the podcast.
No, don't.
But. So I'm gonna roll another one while we're talking.
Alright, so why am I single?
I don't know. I could have sworn. See, I don't know. You might be high. I think you were smoking weed because I asked you a question and we got up into some other shit and you was like, "What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh wait, did I ramble on?" Why are you? You gotta tell me why you're single. Like I asked you questions. Like
some questions. I make bad decisions.
I want you to describe what you think a perfect guy is. Go.
Perfect guy.
Like your perfect guy.
You see how I'm smiling?
I seen you start smiling.
Oh my god. Our perfect guy was someone that doesn't make me feel like I'm in jail.
In jail?
For one, in jail.
Wow.
In jail. Like, I can't go nowhere. I can't talk to nobody. I can't do nothing. Like, feel threatened about a lot of things. Like, I want a strong ass goddamn guy. Somebody that when I read a book, they actually know the person I'm talking about, and if they don't, they know the premise or something like that. Like, they know what premise means.
Oh, true.
You know, like something like educated. Like, I know people from the hood. Like, that's fine, but just like, okay, I'll read the book or whatever. Like, know how to read, nigga.
Yo, no, that was fucking funny.
Are we still recording? I gotta appreciate, like, just because I know how to cook and take care of a guy, and that's what I want to do, whatever, because that's what I thought it was. Like, I really don't. I'm gonna get fired from women for this, but I kind of just don't want my dude to do shit. I want them to pay the bills and stuff like that, but I want to make sure that I want to cook for them. I want to make their plate. I want to make sure they're okay. Like, my man is my king, whatever. But at a certain point of him being my king, I want him to make sure that I'm okay. Just so I said, like, damn, pay some tuition. Like, it's not about the weave and stuff like that. Like, the same amount of money or whatever, but we're going to have a...
You want some, like, the, let me upgrade you, like that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I ain't doing no little ratchet shit. You know, I ain't twerking my ass or whatever, like...
and you shouldn't have to.
School. But I'm just saying, like, that's why you were like... Like, I think you said that, like, why you waiting at school? I'm like, I want to say, bitch, because I can't pay. Like, I'm waiting for my fucking money and stuff like that. But
so, are you looking for a sugar daddy?
No.
I'm saying, are you open to that? Like, what if some guy was like, yo, I just want to put you through school, and I want to, like, an older guy.
I already have that coming. No.
Okay. I gotta throw things out there. Like, this is, we're trying to get to the bottom of this.
See, like, when I was a kid, like, I just wanted a family. Like, I thought that's what it was. Like, take care of you, I cook, clean.
But it's more than just cooking and cleaning. Even if you just cook and clean.
Yeah, but I said when I was younger.
I want to say this also. There's this thing, you know the 80-20 rule?
Yes.
A 20% taught me about that rule. The shit bugged me out. Like, she wasn't the 80, she was the 20.
Like, you deserved everything you got.
Nah, I didn't deserve that. Like, my wife would vouch. Like, my wife would be...
You were that.
Not that bad. I didn't deserve to be mistreated. Nah, I don't know. I don't think anybody... That's why I say, like...
I always looked up with you when you passed
because we talked about... We talked about calling men hoes. I'm calling women hoes. So, and I admitted I was a hoe.
Okay.
So,
I'm with it.
If you call me a thot, it's the same shit.
No, you can talk, but I gotta be careful.
But like, it's the same. So I'm telling you, like, even that's why I say it's not. If you want to do that, do you? Because I feel like nobody deserves to be mistreated. Like, I felt like I didn't even deserve to be, like, I'm like, all right, I have my
shit. Because you got cheated on that one.
No, I wasn't even cheated on, but it was just like...
So you were just smashing and you really liked her?
No, she didn't cheat on me. She just was talking to another, like, she just was dealing with another guy, like...
talking to somebody else. Dude.
Yeah, I don't know if they do. I don't know what they did with it. I didn't get that far. It doesn't take that much to hurt my feelings.
You don't want to talk about it. So
the fact that... No, but the fact that it just happened... the fact that she was just talking to someone else was enough for me. Like, it wouldn't even matter what she did.
Because you still liked her.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it was like...
we already went through that. So
but,
I ain't high.
Yeah, you're right.
So I'm going to fry you.
But,
yeah, it's a lot of editing.
Hey, listen, it happens. Like, sometimes I get high and ramble on.
Yeah, cheap bones. All right, what's up?
Now I might as well smoke some more. What kind of music do you listen to? I gotta call my man Kev. I'm sorry. Can we get another person in this?
All right, first, let's go to music. and then you call Kev.
No, I told Kev I'd call him about music.
All right, call Kev.
So no, but you could talk. He'll just chime in.
What's Kev look like?
What's Kev look like? We about to find out. Oh shit! Damn, I almost called the wrong Kev.
Me a picture?
I almost called the wrong damn Kev.
Yeah, why don't you text me a picture, Kev?
I don't know what he looks like.
You don't know what Kev looks like?
No, he's from Twitter. I never met him.
Oh, and really doing that?
And he doesn't put up. No, I'm just sitting my phone up. I'm calling him though. And I'm late too. I was supposed to call him 2 hours ago.
Wow. It probably wouldn't end dope. Like, this is gonna be insane how you edit this or whatever.
What's happening, man?
Oh, my man.
Hey, Kev.
How are you?
Yo, man, Kev. First of all, I want to apologize for calling you late. I'm here on you're live on the podcast. I'm here with the lovely Nikitra, and we're talking. And I just want to say I apologize for calling you a little late. But welcome to the motherfucking podcast. This is my number one man. Like, if I had to rank people on Twitter, like, this is my guy. Like, I look for this guy. Like, my listeners know I love everybody, but Kev is really my guy. So I had to have him on the podcast. Welcome to the show, brother.
Kev. Like, who is Kev? Like, hey, Kev.
Are you still there? Oh shit.
Oh.
My reception went out. This fucking goddamn iPhone is so whack. Like, I apologize to the listeners. Huh?
You want me to call you? It's a lot of editing that's gonna have to go.
Nah, we don't gotta edit shit. The listeners know.
It's like 3 hours, though. It's like
we're at an hour and a half. I ain't got nowhere to be. Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, shit. Hey, girls. Like, all the girls follow me. Flower Child. I have no idea how to spell it.
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you're back.
Oh, back again.
I don't know what happened to you. We lost you. I thought it was your phone. My bad. I guess it was me.
No, it's his fault.
How much did I say? Like, how much did you hear? I felt like I was talking for half an hour, and then I was like, "Oh shit, are you there?"
I didn't hear. I didn't hear.
It's
like,
a tree.
What you said.
It's a tree, Kev. Like,
oh, you didn't hear anything.
Nuh-uh.
Oh man.
Like it just as soon as you started talking, it just started going off and just went down.
Oh man, you can hear me now, fine.
Oh, perfectly.
Well, I was saying to the podcast listeners heard everything. So you're live on the podcast. I started it, but I guess you didn't hear any of that. But I was saying, like, people have their favorites on Twitter, but you're my guy. Like, I was saying, like, yo, the podcast listeners know I love them. Nikitra, who we're here with, I guess you didn't hear that either. She knows you're my guy on Twitter. So I wanted to officially welcome Kevin Medford, he's my guy on Twitter, to the podcast.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
No doubt, bro.
I accept that award.
No doubt. And when I hand out, you heard my talk with Harrison on my award show, because we say fuck the Grammys. You getting something? If I had an award show, the Slime Awards, you get something. Like, but Nikitra's here also.
Too much. Yeah, thank you. Like, where are you from, Kev?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Really? I've been to Alabama like one time, and it was just like slave country.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maryland.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Where have you been in Alabama?
I have no idea. It was on my way to Louisiana.
That's what everybody says. No idea, because nobody has any idea about it. I
mean, I don't know what that is.
You pass through it.
No.
Listen, my roots are from Birmingham. You already know.
Yeah.
Okay, no disrespect though, but I definitely want to fish. That's why I'm just trying to ask.
I mean, there's not a lot going on around here. I mean, pretty much.
So where you at right now?
Wait, hold on, Kevin. You smoking on some loud?
You know what?
Y'all don't
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Kev, this is why he's my guy. Because Nikitra has been yelling at me for about almost 2 hours now. Like, why you keep smoking? And I'm like, it's the healing of the earth. Like, what you mean? Yo, light us up one time for my man Kev. Hey, that's gonna be my ritual.
Not for me.
Like what Wayne used to do in back on in the drop too.
It's trash.
And pardon my reception, Kev. This fucking iPhone. We had this talk though on Twitter.
Yeah.
I know.
You know. What are you gonna do?
Bro.
What are you gonna do, man? But
So where you at right now, Kev?
I am sitting on the back porch of my house, enjoying the
No, in
fall weather.
Alabama.
how many? Like, what's the temperature down there?
Yeah,
Oh, it's like 65.
Yeah, in Alabama, 65. That's a good day.
It's really 65 there.
Yeah, it's supposed to get down to the 40s tonight.
Do you fish?
I love it.
You love? Do you have a boat? Do you go out fishing on your boat? Do you got like?
No, I don't
you
go
fish
fishing. No,
off
dude,
the
I don't get
pier.
in water. I don't get in bodies of water. I hate
See?
lakes,
Word?
oceans.
That's why I'm a dope
I hate
ass
swimming
shit. I
pools.
know. I
My man said I hate swimming pools.
That's what I'm thinking. We have a dating house. All right. So what other friends you have? Like this? You think I would like Kev?
Of course, a friend of mine. If you listen, Kev is my guy. So any person that's any person that I talk to has to be cool. Like if when you see one of my friends, just know they're cool.
Am I gonna like?
Yeah, no doubt, absolutely.
No doubt. You don't give a fuck about me or what I like.
You definitely hang out with Kev.
What I like. You didn't even ask me what I like. So how you gonna tell me?
Kev, this young lady, I don't know. Are you following her Twitter, Nikitra?
It's not even my Twitter name anymore. You don't listen to shit.
Oh, we changed it to She changed it to Flower Child.
Yeah, I had to for job purposes. How old are you?
But Kev, I don't. If I'm holding you up, Kev, just let me know.
No, you ain't holding me up at all, man.
But I'm just saying, because you guys know I could ramble on for hours, so just feel free to.
Your eyes already slanted. Like I can't even.
Because I'm high as hell.
All right, I got something to say.
Shoot.
All right,
What?
we was talking about the whole M thing, right?
Right, and that's why I called you, because we just started talking about music, and I was like, oh shit, I'm late for Kev. Kev gotta be in on this music talk, and that's exactly where we were in the podcast and why I called you. But go ahead to Eminem.
Okay, on the M thing. All right, the Defiant ones, when they made that for HBO, I think that was for Dr. Dre's new release, his last album.
Sure.
But it was also for Eminem's album, his new album. Like, when he did that thing on BET, I don't think that he was just kind of jumping on any bandwagon, because if you listen to the Big Sean album, I think it's No Favors, the song No Favors. He goes after Ann Coulter and Trump and all that.
Right.
I just feel that,
And I like Big Sean, just for the record, but go ahead.
I just don't
Big
think
Sean's
that
awesome.
he was doing that just for
For his album.
kind of publicity for the record. I just don't think so now.
Oh, I like that you wanted to go on the record for that also. And I do appreciate you reaching out to me. And I'm glad. That's why I'm glad. I'm so fucking glad I called you, because that was important to hear. Because I really wanted the other side of it. And obviously neither one of us know what his true intent is.
Right.
But you saw it unfold.
Eminem.
Yeah, you saw when it unfolded. And I was championing him. And when it first happened, I was championing it, like, oh, this is great. And then when I found out he had an album out, I was like, oh shit, like, oh damn, bro. But that's where I was with it. But it's good to hear you say that now, Nikitra. How do you feel about Eminem and what he did?
Who?
Nikitra.
Oh, okay. You said Nikisha. Like, that's why I don't like nobody saying my name.
No, go ahead. I want to know how you feel about Eminem.
What I felt about that, I was trying to vibe with him, and then he was just all beat, and then it was just like, all right, he said something, and then it was just like, it was like back and forth, like no disrespect.
But did you like it though? Like, did you?
I didn't know what to do with that. I know how I felt about the whole situation. situation. I'm glad he said it as a white person. You know.
And I respect it, and that was a part of why I liked it so much. I was like, okay, the other side, like, so it doesn't just seem like it's only black people that's lashing out. Because I know Snoop did what he did, and that didn't really take an effect. But then when Kathy, not just because on music, but as far as entertainment, when Kathy Griffin is like blackballed from Hollywood right now. Over when she held the head.
She was like dope as that. Like,
Kev, you remember that when she held the head out?
Yeah.
So she's like blackballed. So on both sides of it, black and white, it could happen. And Snoop's new album coming out, which he just announced, is like "Make America Crip Again." And I saw that shit, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I really was like, Snoop, you're like 50 years old, bro. Like, you gotta. But I gotta, at the same time as I said Eminem, I gotta see his intent also. Like, I gotta hear the whole body of work before I pass judgment on just the visual. Because I don't want to literally judge a book by its cover. But go ahead, Kev.
Right, I agree with you. No, I was just saying about people who said a bunch of shit about Trump. There's that Nipsey Hussle, fuck Donald Trump, you know?
Right, exactly. And YG and whatever, whoever else is on there.
Everybody's got something to say.
And I respect it. And they should, don't get me wrong, they should be saying something. But that's why I just say I gotta wait to see the whole body of work before I do it. But
be mad as shit.
But
Right.
And especially with Eminem, like if his album is, like I said, if his album is about some other shit, if it's about is up to the same antics, then fine.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be offended and I'll live on. But I
will agree with you on that. But I think that following his body, because I just had this conversation the other day with a few people, following his body of work, it was a kid was wanting to know which Eminem album they should buy first. And I said, get the first one. I said, because you have to go through that journey with the album.
In order, like Netflix.
Right.
You can't start at season 3.
Journey of,
Netflix? Really?
If I hate my mom, I'm going to kill I'm going to kill this, I'm going to kill that.
Right.
To, on one of his last albums, apologizing to his mom.
What you saying?
Really? Wow, I didn't listen to his whole album. That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah, there's a song on there. It's called Headlight, where he kind of apologizes to his mom. That's
why, Kev, I'm so glad you're on the podcast right now, but go ahead.
Kev.
You just feel like it's going, you see the progression, and you see how it's going, you see him getting older. That's all it is.
I respect that. But go ahead.
Like, he can't say the same things that he was saying before, but, like, he wasn't rapping on beat. He wasn't.
And you know what? With that, you're right.
And then he switched it to everything that we were thinking, like that he had to say to get a reaction or whatever. Like that's why he kept pausing. Like if it was any other rapper that was black or whatever that did that.
Shout out to my son. My son did.
What?
My son put out the same kind of
but this
thing.
is BT Cypher. So it's not the same thing.
I mean, it was, and that was what my last podcast was about. Because I'm like, hold on, my son did it. You can't really say it's not the same thing because it is. Like when you put something on the internet, no matter the platform, it should have the same effect. You know what I mean, Kev?
Get a better reaction. He's gonna get a greater reaction.
Because he's white.
Like that. I didn't say that, but his platform.
But and that's what my problem was. I was like, damn, I'm wrong for feeling that too. Like I think.
You see how long you paused? Like it was like 2 minutes. We all looking like.
Not for real. Like, but I'm wrong for thinking like, oh, his shit is more powerful. That's what made me like be like,
I never thought that though.
I mean I thought that's what you were saying, like that.
Oh, okay.
So it's not.
No, with the people. Like them, not with me as a person. Like,
okay.
I don't like he doesn't touch me like that. Where Eminem is like a big thing.
But and see, that's why I'm glad Kev was on the podcast because you listened to his last album, which I didn't. So I really wasn't sure. So I'm so fucking glad you called in.
What was it? Like
because you're my music guy. Like you listen to obviously more music than I do. Clearly, because I quit on him. I did. I quit on Slim Shady after his last shit.
Look, I did too during that whole recovery.
Right, me too. That's exactly what lost me.
I was lost on that. I was lost. That didn't get to me. And then I gave his last few albums a chance, and it did keep getting, it just got better, and I mean, it's just changed.
Okay.
Now, I hope he doesn't go back to some silly ass shit, which he could, but I doubt he will.
But you know what? You say that he was on a different path, so I think maybe he's on a different path. Like maybe, all right, so now I'm actually looking forward to it more after hearing that he was like grown up on his last album and he's at a different place.
And as far as the BET Cypher, I mean, if you're, honestly...
What'd you say, Nikitra?
You keep putting my gummy up. I said you didn't listen to his last album?
No, he did. He was saying, me, I didn't, but Kev said, I said I didn't. Kev said he did.
No, I'm saying we need to before we...
No, I will. I'm actually going to check it out. I was really thinking about I have to put it up in my iTunes, but what were you saying, Kev?
Oh, no, I was saying, even if we're talking ciphering,
right,
you're going to include M. He's one of the best. He is. I mean, it's like, okay, some of the best. Papoose.
All right, no, Papoose is that
no.
Whoa, hold on. No Papoose slander will be allowed on the timeline. Oh, my God.
No, I'm not slandering him. I said Papoose is not going to pause like that.
You're right, but I think it was supposed to have that, like, effect. Like, I think he was, like, being dramatic about it on purpose.
Really?
Like, I think he was supposed to be like that. Like, I know his flow was a little off. Like, I can't say he was off beat because it was no beat. He was in a parking garage. So that's why his acoustics, it was a little different. Like, things happen. He got a lot on his mind. I gave him a pass with his flow. Like, I was like, he got some shit to get off his chest. I just let him do him.
Right. Cannabis, another one.
So, but...
Cannabis is a great cipher.
Just like the same.
And I got to keep it a band here for full disclosure. I don't know that much cannabis.
one song.
Yeah, like LL is from Queens. LL, you know what I'm saying? I've seen him on the streets. I've seen him on Northern Boulevard. You know what I mean? So.
How old are you, Kev?
How old am I?
Yeah.
Let's say anywhere from 36 to 40.
Okay. I respect a man who don't want to give out his exact age. Because you know what? I'm going to start shaving points too. I'm about to be 30 next year. I got to start it now. But so that's funny that you know the categories. It's like 18 to 25, 26 to 30. Hey, that's funny you picked the categories. And I respect that. Shout out to Under 40 crew and the 80s and 70s babies out there. We see you on the check-in. And big shout out to my uncle also. You know, not Unc of the podcast. My uncle who wrote the book. He was saying, like, he was talking about rap, hip-hop. He was like, yo, the forgotten about crew, like the 35 and up, 40 and up. And I was like, you know what? I got somebody for you. So shout out to you, Kev, and your goddamn age bracket. But so now, what you were saying? You were saying Papoose. That was one. Two was Cannabis. Let me hear that top five. Just go ahead and roll off that top five.
Okay.
And Cypher, as you were just talking about.
All right. As number one, Conniver of D12.
Ooh, that's different. Okay.
No doubt about it. If you go watch the Sway Cypher he did.
Which one's Conniver? Like, I remember
Proof. I don't know who that is.
R.I.P. Proof.
I'm sorry. I'm a little young, old.
Conniver was it? No, Proof had the bucket hat. Like, I know, that's why I said that's different, because I don't even know exactly which one that was, but I obviously remember D12. So you think he was up there? I got to do my research.
Just listen to me. Go on where it's Sway in the morning and find look for Sway in the morning, Conniver Cypher. And you will see he is probably, to me, he's he's my top person. For sure. No doubt.
Really? You know? Wow.
Yes.
And we've been very critical of music these last couple of, so I can't confirm or deny, so I gotta really go do my research, because that's very different to me, and I'm gonna go hear that. So.
I didn't even say anything.
Wait, hold on, What kind of music do you listen to? I don't even know what kind of music you listen to. Yeah.
Me?
Because you're a partier. Like, you're a clubber.
How do you know that?
From your tweets. How else do you know everything about from tweets?
So what about...
Shit. Because Kevin, no, that's real rap. Like, how do you know that? I read your tweets. That's you. Like, unless you... So...
I like everything. Like, I like everything.
See, I don't like everything. I listen to everything, but I don't like everything.
I tried. Like, country is probably like... But I looked at country for a while, and it was like, don't break my heart.
Are you, Kev, are you an R&B guy at all?
Yeah, I like love R. Kelly.
R. Kelly is the GOAT.
How old is Kev?
Luke James.
Throwing that, like,
Rick James? Nah, Rick James is a little out of my bracket.
No, Luke James.
Oh, Luke James.
No, not Rick James.
I said Rick James. Like, I'm like, all right, bro. Like, I don't know if that guy...
That's a freak right there.
I was like, that's like the little Uzi of the 80s, bro. Like, I don't know what you... Like, that's funny. Okay, Luke James. Okay. But once you say R. Kelly, I already know what kind of music. I already, okay, I know that road.
Everything, though. Like, I like everything. I like the techno, whatever.
Techno? Oh, no, I don't listen to techno. That's crazy.
Stuff like,
Techno is not even... I don't want to say it's not music.
Do you listen to the Chemical Brothers?
Me? Absolutely not.
Does she listen to the Chemical Brothers?
Nikisha, do you listen to the Chemical Brothers?
No, but who's that? Is it the same as Tango? You don't even know who Tango is.
They've been around.
You play it right now?
No.
Chemical Brothers have been around.
Hell no, don't play that shit. Nobody don't want to hear fucking Chemical Brothers.
I feel like you're the big brother I never had. Like,
No, that's fucking awful.
You don't even
Wait, Kev, that's why I respect Kev, because he listens to really everything. Like, I see the music you
Kev,
first of all, you're doing a great job promoting. I want to let you know that also. Like, your promo game is up on Twitter, definitely. Like, and I've seen him come and I've seen him go. I definitely respect your promo game.
I appreciate that.
No doubt. And you're raising followers very fast. Do you have 2 accounts, by the way?
Do what?
Do you have 2 accounts? Or did you just change your @ name also?
Yeah. I just changed the name on it.
Oh, you did? Because I'm like, did he get a new Twitter? And I was like, damn, you still got the same amount of fun. All right, so both of you just changed your names on me. I changed my name 3 times on Twitter. My original name on Twitter was Great Since '88. Then I went to Bo Jr. '88. And then King Bo Christ, I said, it took me so long to change my name. I had like anxiety over that shit. Like, I hope this works. Like, so when people change their name, it really fucking shocks me. So when you changed it, I was like, am I bugging? Like, but so anyway, definitely big shout out to you in the promo game. But anywho.
Well, I appreciate it. And look, there's going to be a lot more coming. You're going to see.
But anywho, I could tell by the music you promo that I listen to that you have a very diverse.
What type of music?
Yes.
He likes everything. Like, he could talk to me about Drake because he's critical on Drake, which is why. Wait, do you want to go on the record with your Drake slander? Because everybody has been doing that when they bump into me lately. Like, yo, listen to your podcast.
I go on record with the Drake slander.
And did you hear the Tego episode where we talked about it?
Yes.
And you heard the Tego episode. Tego was like, nah, bro, like, that shit don't count. And my uncle was like, nah, that it's clear. I did my research and I saw it, but I swear it's so fucked up to me, but I feel like Drake is the only person I'm willing to overlook this shit. Like, I swear it's so fucking... I feel so terrible saying that, but I'm like, yo, listen. Hove is my GOAT. Like, Jay-Z is my GOAT of all time.
Right.
And I get that. But just like I bring Big out of my top 5 because his music is a little... I've outgrown him as a person, and I still appreciate... If I had my Mount Rushmore of rappers, Big would obviously be up there, right?
Right.
So I just don't even have to include him in my top 5. That's not fair. You're not getting my top 5 if my first ones are always Big, Hove. You're getting 3 at that point. So I try to keep them out of it. But as far as like Drake, that's why I say I accept him as next level. Like, look, Hove is gonna phase out. Like 444, I'm so grateful to have that shit. But I don't know when the next one's coming. So I gotta focus on now. Like, so as far as now, Drake is who I like listening to. And that's why I say also it's transitioning, because so now at some point my argument may change, because I heard Young Dolph. This kid like won me over. It was the craziest shit.
Yeah.
Dolph just won me over, and I was critical on him because he got shot. But like, because I was like, why are you fucking still hanging around with these fucking bozos? Like, what are you doing?
See, that comes from another war where he tried to shoot somebody else.
Right, and that's why I don't even want to go off on a tangent about it, but I just want to say, like, it just made me pay attention to him a little more, and when I paid attention and really put the microscope on him, he really impressed me, actually. So, I was saying all that to say, one day my shit could change and I could be more critical of Drake, but as for right now, like, he's my guy.
Right.
Like, my favorite song of all time is by Drake and Party Next Door. And it took me a while. Like, I've only had, like, 10 favorite songs for real. Like, that shit, since way back, is like... And he says, we've been listening to the old Kelly in the song. Like, that's one of the lyrics. I don't want to sing it because I'm not going to be ridiculous right now. But R. Kelly is my guy. So I felt like we were on, like, a... Like, it was, like, the perfect lyric for me. Like, I understood. I felt that shit. So that's why I have to say that Drake's my guy. But go ahead with your Drake slander.
I mean, I'm just not a fan of Drake.
And why?
I just do not like his music. I think it is...
I never heard that.
You never heard Since Way Back?
Yeah, I've heard it. It's just...
Oh, no, and Nikisha says she never heard it.
It does nothing for me.
Stop saying my full name every
My
time I
bad.
hear that.
Flower Child.
It's bullshit that he wants to jump in with. You know, you want to jump in with the Bloods and shit like that. I've got inherent problems with that, man.
Wait, who, Drake?
You were on Degrassi High. Come on.
Oh, see, I didn't, and I was saying the same shit. I didn't know Degrassi Drake.
Yeah, dude, listen, when he was 11 years old, he did a commercial in Canada for this, like a hockey game. No doubt. That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't grow up hard. You know, he didn't grow up like that, and you don't get to you don't get to put you don't. It comes back to one of your episodes, the fake resumes.
Yeah, you're right.
That bothers me about people. That bothers me about some of these people. It's like, you're fake, you know? Just because you are toting a gun in your video don't mean shit.
True, you're right.
And that's the kind of stuff I got problems with.
I respect that. But so let me ask you, like, how do you feel about Pac? Because Pac was really an art student.
We're not going there. Like,
Pac was adopted by a white family. He went to Juilliard.
Right.
Yeah.
He started out. He was given the start out of a good. You know, he was doing his movies. He fucked around, bunch of shit in New York. You know, got on death row, went out there. Started thinking that gang shit was cool because, you know, it was Death Row Records and, you know, they were around gangs and shit. And you start with that gang shit.
Right. And let me tell you this about Pac.
How old are you?
He told you 36 to 40.
Other people are not going to appreciate you claiming what they believe is very sacred to them and probably not do something to you. They don't care who you are.
You're right. And that's the crazy shit. You're right. You're absolutely right. But you know what I think it was with Pac? And I'm glad you're on the podcast. See, this is when the ladies start to tune out. Like, the ladies are like, oh, God, we're talking about rap again. But I gotta say this, so I'm sorry. You gotta just bear with me. Because music is a part of me. So for you to understand me, you got to understand the music I listen to.
Exactly.
So the thing with Pac with me, I thought that Pac was really a man of the people. Like, I feel like Pac was, if he was still alive, he would have been like Farrakhan right now.
Right.
Like, he would have been at that level, and he would have been like how we see Hov transition into a billionaire, and we see Hov transition into this mogul. We would have seen Pac transition into like a real revolution. Like, we would have seen, like, that's why I say Farrakhan. He would have been a real movement, and I think he would have been more powerful because we could relate to him. And he would have been like more like how everybody loved Pac. Like white people, black people, everybody loved Pac. Everybody respected him. But that's why I feel like he would have been more neutral and more force for equality, because we all could relate to. If we watched him grow as an artist from Thug Life to being like, yo, you know what? Like how Slim Shady came out. If Pac came out the same way, like Pac would have been like 10 times more powerful. Like Pac would have been like, oh shit. Or both sides would have been like, all right, listen, all right, let's look at this. Like he was becoming that powerful. So that's why I say, but he was doing all that because I felt like he had to be on that thug shit to scoop everybody in. Like Jesus, like you got to be amongst the men to move them.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why. But I just feel like he went from an art student and he knew he had to. You know, he got signed by a troubled label, obviously at the time, Death Row. And they had him take on a persona, but I felt like he embraced it because he was like, you know what? If I could get these people to listen to me too, and he was a fucking genius, so he knew how to talk to other people. He knew how to speak people's language. So if he did all that and he could scoop up the thugs of LA and scoop that up, and then build with them. So I'd say he died very young. He died at fucking 24. So by the time he's 30, if he would have got them on the right path, like, yo, you know what? We both did this thug shit. Now we gotta chill. Like, you know how I see Trick Daddy on the gram and he be wilding, and I'm like, nigga, you too old for that shit. Like, go ahead. What are you still talking about, bitches and hoes? And that's how you talk, bro. You 50 years old. But if people would have seen Pac doing that, I mean, people would have seen Pac like, you know what, we got to do better. They would have gravitated towards like, yo, you know what, we do. You know what I mean? So that's why. But I feel like he didn't get to live that out. Like his shit just got cut off. Boom, 24, and that's the last we know it. So we didn't get to see his full journey. So I was saying all that to say I respect what Pac does, and I respect him. But that's why, like, we don't have any more of those guys. Like, we don't have these guys. So from the original crew, we gotta listen to him. That's why I feel like when he steps out, I'm like, yo, this is like Snoop did it, but Snoop was not like creative about it. Like Snoop didn't jog us. My son came out at the same time. My son jogged us too, because my son was like, yo, we gotta, like, as black men, we gotta be, and I'm not saying just, my son was more towards black men, and that's why maybe it was a little more personal than other people may take it. But like Slim Shady was the same shit to me. He didn't motivate me as a black man, but as far as the music, I was like, oh, this is perfect. You know what I mean? So my son shit was a little different, and it is a little biased. That's why I try to be, but I'm the gray area investigator. Like I try to be neutral about it. You know what I mean? But
well, exactly.
But I felt like these guys that should be speaking out are, and like my son shit was dope. Eminem shit was dope, but Eminem is commercial, and that's what fucked it up.
Right.
You know, Eminem, like I know my son's not gonna sell 5 million after. It's just not how it's fucked up. The system's fucked up, and it's just not how it's gonna happen. But I know M can sell 5 million off that statement,
right? And
that's what fucked it up. But I trust your judgment. So for now, that you're my guy, so you swayed me a little more in the eyes of Eminem. I'll hear him out. I'll wait for his album, and we'll see what it is. But
I mean, you know. Yeah, I'm curious to see what it is too, you know.
But so on other news,
I don't like you no more. Like I'm kind of mad at you.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Kev, we were running through the 5 principles, and I'll read them off to you.
It's not about the 5
No, we got to go back to the 5 principles. So Kev is up to speed.
You're talking like for 5 years.
Kev, am I holding you up?
No.
Good. God damn it.
Can I talk?
I know
like 2 seconds.
Go ahead, say your piece, because Nikitra is fighting for.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm not.
No, go ahead. We're on the record. The listeners want to hear it.
Now that I have to stop doing that, because it's not.
We're waiting for you. You said you had something to say. Goddamn.
Goddamn! Didn't you hear me trying to pipe in or whatever? Like, let's have like a good thing or whatever, like where we all talk together, like you have a woman perspective and stuff like that. And it's
so what kind of music? Go ahead, please. Okay, I'll shut up. See, this is see. Oh, she wanted to come on here to yell at me, but go ahead.
I did not. Like I love perspective.
You said you don't have the take of a woman. You just wanted to come in here and yell at me. God damn it! But go ahead and
did I yell at you?
no, go ahead. I'm just fucking around. So say your piece
Like,
on your
too much.
music,
All right,
please.
you know what? I ain't said. Listen, Kev. I wish we could FaceTime you in here too.
Yo, that's another thing for Apple. We need the group FaceTime.
They don't have that.
They got to get on that, Kev.
I'm a little bald head, Kev.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty.
Kev, you don't put up much selfies, man. We were talking about that earlier.
Kev, what's your Instagram?
I think it's Kev.Medford.
Dot?
Kev.Medford.
Kev.Medford.
How do you spell that? Kev. Dot?
Medford.
So how'd you get into promotion, Kev? Like what made you wanna?
Okay, I've been about music my whole life.
I'm gonna send it to you. I'll at you both. But I'm listening to you, Kev. Go ahead.
I've been around music my whole life, ever since I was young, and I've taken it all in, and I've been, I've just, that's what I've done, that's what I've loved,
Okay.
It's just, and then I got on Twitter and just kind of, played around and was like, well, there's something to all that,
Sure.
This is something I can really get into, it's because I love music so much, And
Sure.
then you just got to hook up with the right people, and right now I've hooked up with some of the right people, and I've got some stuff going, and, sometimes you just get hooked up with the right people at the right time.
True. And do you feel like you want to go on like a higher level and be?
Oh, yes. Like, I want to be able to give people contracts. Because there's people right now, man, I'm telling you, the new music that is coming out it's a complete different, it is a 180 from what has been going on. And I hear it, and I'm like, if I had a contract, I would be there right now making you sign this. I mean, there's people out there that are like, just a little tweaking in the studio, and you could put their record out, no doubt, and they sell.
So let me ask you this now, because it's funny. As a business mind, you just got me thinking. Like, could you think you can sell like an internet record label? Like, so say, because I obviously, like I said, my podcast is on iTunes, Spotify, Tidal, so I get those streams, right?
Right.
But it's a podcast. How many fucking people listen to podcasts? So if I had an artist, which you see me in the studio, I used to be in the studio with Nate a couple times. Like, you see me, just maneuver on Twitter, right? Like with music.
Right.
I actually do I got bars, like my old bars. Like, I may put it out one day at some point. But you know what, Kev? I'm actually gonna send it to you. I'll send you some shit, right? So you think like you could find people who do music and you just put the music on iTunes? You put it on the streaming websites for them. And you could take a percentage of it. Like, you could be like, yo, look, I could put your music on iTunes if you can't. I think there's a business in that.
Yeah.
So you can you can actually have your own label.
Yes. But, without giving too much away, what I'm looking to is having kind of, yes, just almost a label where everything is in-house.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you have your artists in-house. You have your musicians in-house. And your artists do stuff for your musicians, and, and you're getting, and maybe your clothing people, your musicians wear that, it's, and you're getting all around.
Okay.
You're making it all around because you're making it off the sales of the clothes, off the music, off the artwork.
Right.
But you're also providing
So you can you could start you could start on your own label. You can make the merch, like how I get my business shirts made. You can get the merchandise made. So I think there's a business in that. So instead,
yes, there is, and that's what I'm on. That's what I'm getting. That's what we're getting. That's okay. Got you. Shout out to my man G. He's my partner. We are getting this together. You'll see. It's hard to talk about.
No, okay, but listen, this is what we're gonna do. When all's said and done, you know who has to get that first interview, right? I need to.
Exactly.
So we'll do this again on the podcast when we could give you more. That reminds me. Shout out to Tego. His tape is coming out the end of this month. I'll post that link. And Kev, I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send you his music also. I want to support his project 110%. Okay. And not just because he's my little brother, but because I like his music, and I think he'll contribute to the game the way he should.
Well, I trust your judgment. I mean, come on, I trust your judgment in music.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Minus the Drake.
We're pretty cool about that,
That's a fact. That's a fact. Like, Drake is our only mishap. Like,
you're from New York, and New York people love New York music.
That's a fact.
And they keep it in.
Like, you respected that I had 50 and Fab in my top 5. Like, and I fucked with that. Like, I was like, Hove. Like, Drake was the only outsider, basically.
Right.
And I was like, I gave honorable mention to Fat Joe.
Right.
So, like, that's funny you say that. Like, I fuck with you.
I mean, Dipset, Jadakiss. Jadakiss is probably one of the most underrated MCs out there.
He would be like top 3 underrated. Like, if he had to go top 5 underrated, he'd top 3.
That man should be a fucking king right now.
That's a fact, and it's too bad that he didn't work. Like Diddy couldn't work it out with. He wasn't Diddy's artist; it was Big's artist. But it happened that way. Like we can't dwell on the past. But anyway.
Shit happens in the music industry.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't even want to go down that road. But anywho, Nikitra, oh, my bad. Flower Child.
I'm just saying, next time, like, I vibe with you. Like, I agree with everything you're saying. Like, don't do that next time.
So, as far as music is concerned, what do you ever heard this him and her? Do you listen to these people? Do you listen to Nikitra? It's Flower Child? My bad. I keep...
That's what I said. Niggas fine.
But,
Don't fuck with my name, because I don't want everybody else, like...
The him and the her? Or whatever that... the HER? And the HIM, she, like, remixes music?
Exactly, yeah.
I'm just getting into them, but they're a cool story, and I think that's gonna... I think the idea of...
But I'm just saying, like, let's talk about that. Like...
Yeah, well, no, we are. That the idea of people telling a story is coming back. You know what I mean? Like, like Kev, Slim Shady told the story, like we were talking about. And we lost that for a while. But I think the idea of being creative is back. But right now, it's just, like we talked about being underrated. You know what I mean? We talked about Jada. Like...
How old is Kev?
We told you. What's wrong with you? You see, that's why you can't drink cheap-ass vodka. Because you... Yeah, like, shit, we told you 3 times. You drunk. Shit. But, you gotta turn off your mic, goddammit. Now you done committed a podcast foul. We gotta mute you. But, damn, what was I saying?
About somebody coming out.
Oh, but... right. Telling a story is back. You know what I mean? Like, telling a story and being creative. But the way the internet is just so fucking crowded, we can't complain that music changed because it's out there for us to listen to. Like, we can't be like, they got this bullshit on the radio. You don't have to listen to the radio. The people who are listening to this right now listen on the podcast. You know what I mean? They're listening on their time. They're listening on demand. So, I I'm tired of hearing people fucking complain about music, because you know what? It is out there. Like, you can go find it if you want that old sound. Trust me, it's out there for you to find.
Yeah.
So, and it's cool to see new promoters in the promo game to really be diverse. Like, and that's why I thought the Sounds and Vibes guys that I had on, which will be back, shout out to Greg Jackson, they will be back, that they play everything. Like, they played African music, which I didn't like, but they played the shit, and I thought that was cool. Like, I respected it. Like, at first I'm like, bro, what is this shit? And then I'm like, you know what? That's awesome that they can play everything, and you don't just get one type of music on their playlist. You know what I mean? So it's cool to really be like diverse, and everybody's out and doing what they do.
I'm hoping that people start putting out better visuals to their songs.
You're right. You're right.
How visuals were real big? I mean, years ago, visuals were real big.
Yeah.
You're 100% right.
And I saw somebody, and I'm telling you, it's IG Sessions. They are about to bring video back. The video they have for their song is so it's incredible. I was like, wow, I was impressed. Because, most videos you see now is just, it is nothing. They were going with a story.
Sure.
This song went with it's like, the song was ingrained into the visuals. And
right.
That coming back.
One of my favorite fucking videos of all time was Mobb Deep Got It Twisted. Yes. Because they told a story, like it was just not even like a big story. I don't know what movie. It's supposed to be a movie or some shit. You know when rap does that, like they take on a movie and they just like do it for the video. I forget the concept that I can compare it to. But it told a story in the movie, and then the fucking video was to be continued. Like Today Was a Good Day with Ice Cube. That shit told a story, and then the shit was like to be continued at the end. Yo, I still think about how the fuck did Today Was a Good Day come out? Like the 80s? I still think like, nigga, are you gonna wrap this up? Like I really think I'm like Ice Cube, like, can we ever know? Like that, you know what I mean? So I'm 100% with you, and I need that fucking story. I need that, like, tell me something.
Right. Yes. See, I mean, there's a difference between just going out there rapping and telling a story with your music.
Right.
Anybody. Look, anybody can go out there. I go out there and put out a record, but it ain't gonna be about nothing.
Right.
But I think people are wanting content again.
Yeah, definitely.
They're not. It's like we don't want this. Just dressing up in dresses and wedding dresses.
Yo, that wedding dress shit was crazy. I don't know that kid's name. Pardon, Nikitra. Hold on, pardon me. I'm logging on to. Logging on to Twitter.
That for him.
No problem.
That whole genre is about to die because of that, and I'm glad.
The trap? Do you think the trap shit is dying?
Can you hit
sure.
me up on Twitter with his
Yeah, I will.
Twitter?
I got you. I'm logging on to Twitter now. But so you think trap is gonna die?
Yeah.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah,
That's a big statement.
It's not like I'm telling you. With some of the new people that are coming out, that's not how.
So
it goes.
is young Dolph considered trap? I consider Dolph trap to me.
See, okay, therein lies your definition of trap.
Trap definition, like you gotta.
The trap in the beginning, T.I.
Right.
3-6 Mafia.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that's what
they created trap.
Yes.
Right. You're right. Absolutely.
It was about music, and it was about being a D-boy. That's what trap was about. But nowadays, it's become like it's become just music. It's not music. You're not trapping. You can't just go out there talking about trapping. And all these kids are going out there talking about, trap houses, and You know, you ain't seen no trap house.
And they're not trap.
You know?
I respect. You're right. Right.
Yep.
Like because you care about the content like I do, so you're absolutely right.
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 So
We seen trap houses,
who could
but
still
they
do
haven't.
it.
And especially just especially just because, like, say it used to be one thing if you were just in the neighborhood and you adapted to that shit, but now it'd be in a whole other state that you're in. Like, how the fuck you can't be talking about trapping if you don't even live in. You know what I mean? Like, how you can't adapt to that life from across the country.
And you die.
Like, that's ridiculous. Because of the internet, like, no. You can't, if you don't see any bad kids on your way to school, there's no reason for you to be acting like this. Like, so I get it.
No.
It's not anywhere anybody wants to be.
But that's what they say, though. Like, that's why I think that's why Kev says that. Because Kev means, like, if you're not even from that, don't have these kids out here on that bullshit. So I totally get it. Yeah, and you're 100% right.
Like I said, it's not anywhere you want to be. Like, you don't want to be hood. You don't want to, like, okay, because it's in the rap songs, like.
And I talked to Wink about that shit. I talked to Wink about that.
Saying,
right.
Like, yo, read these books. Like, that's where I got fucked up at. I wouldn't have been here.
Also, I want to say, like, shout out to, like you said, read books. Definitely go read books. But, like, shout out to the people that just stay in low.
And not the
like,
ghetto book.
Hey, listen, I can't judge you on what you read. If you read,
no, you got to.
What's those books from the early 2000s that the chicks used to read, like Zane or some shit? Those sex books. Like, shout out to all the girls that don't watch porn but they read the shit out of it, reading 50 Shades of Grey. We see you, like, we see you on the check-in.
Let's
we respect that too.
read.
But Kev, man.
Classics.
Oh, I'm down with reading most. I mean, come on. It's a different way to challenge your mind, you know?
Definitely.
It's like music sometimes. Music, when you want to put your earphones in and listen to music, and it challenges your mind. Reading is the same way to me sometimes, you know? It's like it's
a fact.
Challenge. And I like to be taken away by where the music takes me, and I like to be taken away by where words take me. You know?
That's why you were well-rounded, Kev. Definitely.
I mean, it's just, you know, I'm just not impressed by people who say they don't read books, you know? That should be, you know, like when you say that makes me sad for you, you know?
And like, that's a fact.
I mean, you can't learn new words.
I think that's what it boils down to. Like you just said, it boils down to, like, if you don't read books, even if you don't read like fucking articles, like just read. Period. I don't care how you consume it, just read. Like, if it doesn't have to be a hardcover, like just read something online, like not fake news, like but something real. Just read something. Like, so when you say like you feel bad for people who don't read, it's not even about the reading. We feel bad for people who don't learn. I think that's what it boils down to.
Right. Because hey, look, for a while there, when my son was doing vocabulary, I learned so many words that I still use to this day. You know, because I would call them out to him, and he would, you know, tell me the definition of them and spell them, and you know.
Right.
I have learned so many words that way, and that was an easy way to learn words. You know.
Let me ask you something about Alabama.
With your kid.
Let me ask you something about Alabama.
Okay.
Like, do you feel like pressured to go to college? Like, I feel like in New York you feel pressured to go to college. Like in Alabama, is there that same pressure to go on and go to college, or is it like? Because I know, and I have to ask you this because I really wonder about the South being like the red states, and Alabama was a red state. So I was curious to be like,
Alabama is a red state.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, like, do you guys feel the same pressure to go to college, or do you, or is it like? Just tell me about it.
I think that no, I don't think there's a big pressure to go to college. I think with a lot of people here, it's a pressure of survival. And I mean, that's just it's there's colleges here. You know, there's Alabama and there's Auburn, and they're big. You know, and you know that's great to go to them. But you know, I just don't think there's a lot of it's more. It's sometimes down here it seems very survival.
Big shout out to my family in Alabama. Big shout out. My uncle Bruno is an Alabama legend. He's like he built his own house, so it's like some to New Yorkers that's some ill. I mean, to anybody, period. I don't know about you guys, but to me, being from New York, that's some ill shit to me. Like, so he's a family legend for doing that. So big shout out to him. So you say it's about like survival and just like living basically.
Yeah, like living. It's like survival and living. Now, I mean, it is changing somewhat. Like Birmingham just got a 26-year-old mayor.
Really?
And I really
That's
think
awesome.
that he's going to do something.
That's awesome. That's cool.
I mean,
I'm glad to hear that. What's his name?
I can't even.
Okay, but big shout out to the 26-year-old mayor. I like to see young people doing their motherfucking thing.
Right, and I think he's going to have a better vision than somebody who's been in there for a while. You know?
Sure.
And here's the thing: this is like this. I saw this sign. It was somewhere in Tennessee. They named a school after Alabama. Because every bit of their lottery winnings went to fund this school and build this nice school for these kids in Tennessee.
Sure.
And see, we ain't got a lottery, but we're supporting Georgia and Tennessee and Florida. I mean, we're letting their kids go to school for free, but we're not placing that big of a thing on education. Like if we had the lottery, kids can go to school for free.
See, that's one thing that I don't know if America's gonna get. I don't want to. I guess we're going into politics now, but that's one thing that I think. Free school, like everything costs, and this is America. Everything costs. Like so that I don't know. Like, like I don't know if we're gonna get all that. I'm sure whoever's gonna do great things, but. As far as free school, like I don't know if we're getting that.
Well, right.
I mean, see, New York. Let me clarify also with that. New York just passed the free tuition for the full. If you work full time, but
tuition for me.
Oh wow, that's crazy. We'll get back to New York. You guys can Google the New York free tuition if you work full time. But Nick was just talking about she needed that tuition money, like. Like she was really like, hold on now, like I need
kinda, yeah.
So to jump ahead, because everyone has student loans. You don't want to take out like a student loan, but that's
I
like
kind of do have a loan, but it's not big like everybody else.
Oh, so you already have some? Are you going back to finish college? Did you start? How far are you?
Kind of far.
Okay. Because I don't know if you guys know this. I think Kev knows. He's seen me in class, but I'm finishing up. Like
Kevin still on the phone?
Yeah, of course.
Where Kevin at?
He's right here. Kev, you can hear everybody, right? You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just finishing up. Like, this is my last semester, and I'm gonna graduate. But I just went back. But look, I just had to pay cash, so I wasn't at the point where, that's why I went back, because I'm like, look, I'll go back to school when I could fucking pay for it and not have to take out a loan. But back to you. Go ahead, man.
That cup is ugly.
Don't be slandering my cup, okay? We're talking about tuition.
I'm gonna get you a nice cup. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Because I remember you telling me, like...
I got a PTI you. You've been muted. Yo, Kev, you ever see PTI? You know when that show on ESPN where he mutes the guests? You never watched that shit? It's so amazing. Oh, man, I got to send you some clips. He is like... It's a sports show where, like... I forget their fucking names, but the sports writers from across the country. Just some shit on ESPN I used to watch. Comes on at like 5 o'clock every day. But he fucking, when guests get out of pocket, he mutes them for 10 seconds. It's awesome. So I'm gonna steal that and bring it onto my show. But All right, you're back now. So we've rambled on long enough, beautiful people.
All right, can I ask that one question though?
No, the show's over.
Oh, the show's over?
Yes. Kev, thanks for calling in.
Kev.
Hey, no doubt, no
I'm glad we got to share some thoughts. This was a Drinks Champs. See, I know my smart listeners are like, what the fuck? We didn't learn anything today. I mean, maybe you did. I don't know, but this was more Drink Champ style, how I like it, and I got something to compare it to, because just like rap, I do look up to these guys in the podcast game, like how we look up to rappers. I look up to the podcast people doing their thing, Joe Budden, even Charlamagne and the Brilliant Idiots. I look up to these guys, so I could tell you whose style, not style I'm stealing, but whose style I'm adapting a little bit. Like when I say a bar, like that's why it's iller than rap to me, podcasting, because I don't have to rhyme. I can tell you exactly what I mean with something. So when I do little things, I see that like, oh, let me tweak that. Let me bring that into my game. So I gotta give credit where credit is due, because Jay-Z took a lot of Biggie lines. But if you ask him, he'll tell you, I was bigging up my borough, bigging up my city, and that thorough. You know what I'm saying? So I got to clarify what I'm doing when I steal shit from the rap niggas. But anywho. See, Kev, because we smoking. Kev knows I ramble on, but that's it. I'm wrapping this shit up, Kev. As I always say, listeners, I love you all. Big shout out to Kev Medford. Go follow him on Twitter. I'll put it in the show notes. Big shout out to Flower Child. I'll put that in the show notes also. Fuck what your horoscope says. Don't drink cheap motherfucking vodka. And you know what's funny? I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to steal another line. Charlamagne says it at the end of Brilliant Idiots. He says, if you think you listen to this podcast and we're smart and we're brilliant, you're right. And then he says, but if you also listen to this podcast and think we're a bunch of fucking idiots, you're right too. So that's what I want to say at the end of this podcast. Listeners, I love you all. I'm out. Listeners, whatever you're listening on, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go rate this. So if you're in the iTunes store, go ahead. If you feel like I deserve 1 star, go for it. But if you enjoyed what you heard, go ahead and give that 5 stars. And if you're on anything else, like this and share it with somebody who you think needs to hear it.